Wish I could say I was finally over you, but that's not the truth. Everyone always keep falling in love again. The fuck's wrong with them? I don't understand. Maybe it will pass by, someone save me. For I pass out, I'm too lonely to be done. I'ma drink at this place. Yeah. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain with nobody to hold on to? Ooh. Why am I the only one who's feeling this pain when there should be two of us? And yeah, I know we both wanted different things, but letting go just comes easy to you, don't it? Why am I the only one who's left in the rain? If I had an option to be someone else, I would, and let go of you. I know that I'm obvious, fuck it, I'm made this way. But why didn't I stay when I had the chance? Maybe it will pass by, someone save me. For I pass out, I'm too lonely to be done in my drink at this pace. Yeah. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain with nobody to hold on to? Ooh. Why am I the only one who's feeling this pain when there should be two of us? And yeah, I know we both wanted different things, but letting go just comes easy to you, don't it? Why am I the only one who's left in the rain? The only one that's left in the rain. The only one that's left in the rain. Am I the only one? 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 Wish I could say I was finally over you, but that's not the truth. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain with nobody to hold on to? Ooh. Why am I the only one who's feeling this pain when there should be two of us? And yeah, I know we both wanted different things, but letting go just comes easy to you, don't it? Why am I the only one who's left in the rain? Doesn't matter where we go and destination unknown. I don't care where the motor stops, cause when I want it, then I want it. Yeah, I want it, oh I want it, let's go. Look around, where's the people at? I want a taste of the good life. Hit me with it, right now I'm in it. Cause when I want it, then I want it. Yeah, I want it, oh I want it, let's go. And I won't look back, yeah. I don't care about the bad shit back home. It's Cincinnati, baby, I just wanna let it go. Nothing matters when we're way out here. Oh, yeah. Baby, I don't have to know your real name. I'm just addicted to the way you take the pain away. Nothing matters when we're way out here. Oh, yeah. Cincinnati, baby, Cincinnati, baby. Say, yeah, Cincinnati, baby, Cincinnati, baby. It's 2 a.m. when we close the bar, but we're in the get-go. Next place, give me someone I could dance with you beneath the stars. Cause when I want it, then I want it. Yeah, I want you. Everything stops when you move like that, and I wanna get in close to you. It's what I'm gonna do, cause right now I'm in it. I feel kinda dizzy when I'm staring at you. And I won't look back, yeah. I don't care about the bad shit back home. It's Cincinnati, baby, I just wanna let it go. Nothing matters when we're way out here. Oh, yeah. Baby, I don't have to know stops when you move like that, yeah. Everything stops when you move like that, and I wanna get in close to you. It's what I'm gonna do, 'cause right now I'm in it. Yeah, I'm fucking in it. I don't care about the bad shit back home. It's Cincinnati, baby, I just wanna let it go. Nothing matters when we're way out here. Oh, yeah. Maybe I don't have to know your real name. I'm just addicted to the way you take the pain away. Nothing matters when we're way out here. Oh, yeah. Cincinnati, baby, Cincinnati, baby. I said, Cincinnati, baby, Cincinnati, baby.
Take everything we got, give it an honest shot. Turning it on and off, we've been sliding. Riding the highest dream, keeping the fire real. I call for you. Hold your gun, cut the wire. Aim for fun, with a light your fire. I've been flying up the ceiling, taken by this feeling. Maybe we're invisible at last. Fueling every engine, power is descending. Maybe we're invisible. Over the coming days, let's cut to the chase. and maybe we're invisible. Hold your gun, cut the wire, aim for desire. Hold your gun, cut the wire, aim for desire. Hold your gun, cut the wire, aim for desire. Hold your gun, cut the wire, aim for desire. I've been flying to make you believe. With my heart like the drive, we do what we want, but when I'm free, with our hearts on
Hyperdrive.
Hello, chatto. It's Sundat, and coming up today on Building a Nation with MTK Budapest, the Champions League after Christmas doth return. Can we get into the top 8? Can we drag Haladash and Debrecen kicking and screaming along for the ride? Can Kishvada grab themselves a spot in the knockouts of the Europa League? And can our other teams flourish in the knockouts of their own? Oh, and I've sold Dylan Chambers to Man United. All that and more coming up today on Building a Nation with MTK. I don't know what this is. This has been a new form of dancing, but it means that I don't have to move as much. It's all very fluid. Hello. That went quite well, actually. I'll take that. As intros go, I did nearly forget I was live. Let me just turn this down so I don't forget that, at least. Forgotten we're dancing. That's true. Bit shady today. I don't think I'm... I mean, when am I not shady or who's me? I'm a shady man. What can I say? I don't think so. It might just be with the way the sun is, or it could just be because it's an hour earlier in the morning that the sun is in a slightly different position, and as a result, it's less shiny through the windows, maybe. For trashy arms. I like it. I like trashy arms. See you later, Ethno. Very sexy mermaid come hither. I mean, you know, under the sea, down where it's wetter. Take it from me. Like, I'm just saying. I wouldn't want to imply anything, but I'm just saying. Ah, no Gideon. Ah, right. Gideon has been found. Gideon doth return to the stream in all of his glory. Don't know where he went, but he is now back, and I will put him in his pride of place. Back up there. Oh, he's dead. Chat, I've killed him. He will have his revenge. Maybe. I should be dancing, but I can't be done. He allowed himself to be seen. This is true. Yeah, it's more of a case of... You see him when he wants to be seen. Get it on your lap. I don't know if that's somewhere I want to be. Like, the phrase tighter than a duck's are... Anyway. We move. He's flown south for the winter. This is also true. He's through... You're right. I've just literally... That was the rep roll right there. And we did, in fact, roll a nat 1. So it does appear that we are going to lose every game today. See, we're gonna... I mean, I didn't, but then, again, like, he's like a sleep paralysis demon. Although... This reminds me of a TikTok I saw yesterday. Basically, it was just a person saying that instead of having a sleep paralysis demon, they just get a sleep paralysis local SoundCloud rapper that keeps saying things are getting big, things are dropping soon, and it just threw me. Comparable mascot? Probably not. However, the team we were most like the team I have currently got my my beady little eyes on is the Nashar Lions, and Lions are notoriously chill, correct? They're usually very chill, domesticated pets. I've found, right? So that could work. Yeah, indeed, we can be the raw XD Nashar Lions. I'd say we're solid, Borough. For my standards, anyway. Also, First Emperor Lee, thank you so much for the 5 months during the intro. And Smithy, oh, I said that all weird. Thank you very much for the 23. Sick post champ, indeed. I also said that kind of like Gavin's mum and Gavin and Stacey, and I'm kind of here for that, honestly. An early Harold Bishop, you'll love to see it. So you do a lot number of tweets. Yes, my allotted number is 0 because I don't use fucking Twitter. Anything that stops me from using that platform a little bit more is probably a good thing. I'll take that. Maybe we could go outside a little bit more, eh? Ooh. I only use my mentions page. That's the only page I have open. That and my like DMs because yeah, it's a cesspit. Wald McConville, thank you very much for the 12th. That's a full year, Wald. A full fucking year. You'll love to see it. I think we need more billionaires to buy tech companies and then make people not want to use them, and therefore people could go back to normal again. I actually think, in a way, there's a benevolent element to this, and I'm quite here for it, to be honest. So let me get off of this so we can get a Harold Bishop Ultras and start things up. Oh, before that, 1 second. National Lions mascot. This has got to be right.
It's good you came in summer.
What is this here? Why has bro got a goatee? Oh dear. Oh. That lion, he rides a bus, chat. It's not one of the long bendy buses though. I'm just going to leave that. That is... Is it a beaver? Like, what's going on here? Dan, thank you very much for the follow. Wing Commander 3 energy. Oh. That's... Him versus Gideon. Who wins in a fight? Obviously Gideon, for he is all-powerful. But this guy right here... All we need now is a witch and a wardrobe. Okay, I've got to understand. What's with the Wing Commander stuff? I need, like, a link to something that proves that point. Has anyone got any kind of links? 'Cause I have no idea what you're talking about. This is where my boomer is showing. Is there real life? Okay. I guess it's just probably the way that it's recommended. It does look a bit like a furry, but then any mascot kind of does, doesn't it, to an extent? Too young? I'm 33. Is this some old shit? Looks like he was vomiting milk. Aaron, 32 months. Thank you very much, Aaron. That's very kind of you, friend.
We've a veritable breed of Twitch babies.
We do.
Happy Sunday all.
That's coming close to the 4th child, Aaron. Like, that's pushing it. We are repopulating the world. I tell you what, though, right? This chappy here, one of my favourite Twitter accounts, speaking of Twitter, is Mascots Minute Silence. It is wild. It is absolutely wild, and therefore brilliant. But before we get back into anything... Oh, is this Wing Commander? Holy shit. Yeah, I totally get what you've... Yep. The lion is called Leo. Wow, that's so... Everybody's so creative. He looks actually all right there, to be fair. One thing I will say, though, is the fact that he's just wearing the shirt and he's fully Winnie the Poohing it is a little bit concerning. Like, bro doesn't think to wear shorts. No, we'll just get him the shirt.
Cooper,
it's like...
off the Pope hat.
Dead eyes, yeah, admittedly. But it's more the fact that he's Winnie the Poohing it for me that's scary. I do like their shirts, though. Also, chat... It's just occurred to me, and I don't believe this is going to happen, but it clearly is. Is Leo ain't no full kit wanker? Aitor Sito, thank you very much for the follow. Holy shit. Hey, JCM. I've been excellent, mate. Honestly, genuinely best I've felt in years at the moment, in just all aspects. So thank you. That's very kind. Oh, he is going to eat the children. Yeah, he is a bit. Winnie the Pooh is also illegal in Poland. Yeah, true. We wouldn't be able to play any away games in Poland. So what if we drew Lech Poznan in a competition? This reminds me so much of the Gideon stream when we were still doing the... What? Probably should push the button, honestly, just... Because obviously I do the blue screen thing as a bit of a meme, but I genuinely couldn't... My brain would not allow me to think. So, basically, the reason I started speaking was because it popped up and there was a glitch, and I saw Casino Square, and I thought that said 50 months, and I was like, hang on a minute, that's not possible. And then the screen filled up. What the actual hell? So, as Hadrian said, this is the point where Matt has the chat about fiscal responsibility. Jamie Bowman, thank you very much for the follow. I imagine you probably just got a gifted sub as well. Thank you very much, Casino Square. Firstly, presents raining down from the sky, of course. I hope... Well, I don't hope. I do, but I don't. At the same time, I very much hope that that wasn't a mistake. And that... But if it was, I'm sure I can find some way of... I always have to ask this, especially with larger amounts, because I don't want to someone to make a huge mistake like that. And although I will admit that potentially the idea of giving me a sub in the first place is a mistake. Casino Square, thank you so fucking much. I don't know what to say. That is insanely kind of you. It's like we're back at Thursday stream again with Darcher and his madness. Shout out Darcher. But that's... What the fuck? Did you just rob a bank? Like... I don't... What the hell? I love how that's also broke the hype train record when we didn't...
Oh, this is
Seeps,
where
thank you
I
for the follow.
parked my car.
Casino Square? There he is. Right, okay. I was about to say, please put something in chat so I know this isn't a bot that's going to do a chargeback or something. What in the fuck is going on? I realise that now that you've done this twice, it makes it less likely that this was a mistake. But I guess my question, and I feel like a question that chat are probably also... Why? I suppose... It's the question that is on my lips right now. Can it, Hibbos? I mean, hey, I am... Don't get me wrong, I am extremely over... What's a CLF flash? Oh, a car flash. Oh, yes. The shorts are quite tight, so I just had to make sure there was no TOS situations going on. Do this to Kev as well. To be fair, if anyone deserves that, certainly a lot more than I do, then it is United City, because he's just the best fucking dude. I love that by yourself, I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. By yourself, you have exceeded the hype train limits. Not limit, but the record with one person. Except now it's going more. What on earth? Hang on a minute. What's happened here? There was like 3 things came through at once. Let me get this catched up. Port Hills Truth, thank you very much for the gifted sub to OG Toby as well. And Bente Play, thank you very much for the 17. How was Park Run yesterday? I was going to give this to nobody left to give. There probably isn't, because it was so early in the stream that everyone that wasn't subbed already would have almost certainly got one during that. I'm actually amazed. I'd be amazed if anyone doesn't have a sub now. Just because it was so early in the stream. And usually we don't get past like 100 by that point. So that was everyone. Oh, what on earth? Percy Plays, thank you for the 500. We're on level 12, chat. And Paolo now with the gifted sub to Griffdog as well. More show, you turn up just too late. 2401, hell yes. Sorry, I sounded like Jenna Marbles. Like, hell yeah, that's awesome. And thank you very much for the 700 subs in total. It's July. Mid-Card Club, thank you very much for the follow. And Richard, sorry, the Lord himself, thank you very much for the 100 bits. I realise we will progress with some Football Manager today, I promise. Let me get rid of these absolute monstrosities for a second, just so that we're not staring at these guys the entire time. Fucking hell. Well, so actually, Casino Square, I don't know if you're aware of this, because I'm not sure. I wish I was more familiar with you, honestly, because this is... I feel like I owe you that, but like, the plan is Malta for next time. What I was genuinely, when you gifted the first 50, what I was about to say to chat, it's going to sound stupid now, right? Is I was looking at the National Alliance kit and going, why is it we always end up picking teams that play in red and white stripes? I know that's quite popular for teams, but still, Tromsø was a red and white stripe team. Treaty United was a red and white stripe team. Admittedly, MTK was a slight exception to that, although, you know what, give us a red and white striped away kit next year. No, I mean, just saying. And Malta, yet another red and white stripe team. It's just, I'm drawn to the red and white stripes. I should have been a Sunderland fan, really, shouldn't I? Apparently, I do have a red and white stripes fetish. It does be feeling like that, yeah. We can build a Casino Square stadium. To be fair, we can call this right here. This little whole area is called Casino Square. It is now 'Tis now canon. Hey, be ready for the big fight, though, Coco. That's the main thing, right? Be ready and raring to go. Oh, what did you say? What did I say? What could I have possibly said? What did I say, actually? I've forgotten. Oh, Sunderland. Yes, you're right. How dare I? Hey, Root. Oh, Christ. Well, July's been off to a start. Good Lord. The Casino Square stand in it. To be fair, when we get a new stadium at some point. Actually, will we get? We probably will, right? Yeah, Malta's going to be fun. I am a little bit shook. I'm actually sweating. I can feel it in my bones, which is not where you're supposed to be sweating from. Save is great. I wish I could tell you what's happened today, other than, do you know what, there's nothing I can catch you up on. If you've just joined us, I literally can catch you up on nothing, except for this. I might have done a good chat. Making of Subblesly. Who is it? Is it Liverpool that he's rumoured to be going to? I can't wait for commentators to not pronounce his name correctly, even though it's actually a really simple name. Like, by Hungarian standards, it's actually a really easy one. We lost again number 1. Did we actually? Oh, that sucks. Yes, so this is the thing. I sold him to United for £60 million. He's now worth 240 million. But this is where it gets fun. I put a 50% of next sale fee in. United let me put the clause in. So they could potentially end up having to pay us another £100 million. If they try to buy the clause off of us, we could get 160 million for Dylan Chambers. Borrow till I die. Thank you for the gifted sub to Anarith as well. My goodness. Oh, good Lord. And Casino Square, thank you very much for the Prime.
So hi chat, stream's looking quiet.
Thank you for the 4 months, Casino Square. That's very kind. Oh, God. Indonesia. I am looking at it potentially because I'm looking for the... I'm rotating through the continents with it. So we did like the Americas, if you like, with Suriname, because South America's kind of dead for this because all the nations don't really... None of them are really applicable for it. So it's kind of sort of central and upwards, really. Then we did Africa, of course. Next video, which comes out on Tuesday, is obviously a European one. And so next natural spot to look would, of course, be... no, it's not profit. It's percentage of sale. Which is absolutely outrageous. Use Frost didn't have to approve it. Hey, smart. What can I say? Take that free sub. You deserve it. Like, that's incredible. But seriously, thank you so much. I don't even know what to say. It's... as I was saying on Thursday stream, when this fucking same thing happened, I don't feel like I deserve this levels of generosity, but I am extremely grateful, and I hope that you feel that that is genuine and earnest, because I promise you that it is. I was talking to Pog about this the other night. Oh, speaking of exploring his options and leaving, by the way. So, I was just casually looking around at United, right? I noticed something. Tex-Mex has asked to leave Manchester United because he's played a grand total of 2 league games. 2. Yeah. He's averaging a league game a year. Man has got more Brazil games than he does Man United matches in the last 2 seasons. They paid us £70 million to play him twice. And he even scored. Like, he is literally the Brazilian Pogba. He's also asked to leave, and this inquiry you're seeing here, that's from me. Yes, he was on the next the Goal 50 top 10 players of the year. So my plan is, if I can waggle United, I might try and sign Tex-Mex back from Manchester United on a massively cut price free, just to bring him home, because I feel like I need to protect him. We owe him that. So if I can get him back on a really cheap deal, I will absolutely do it. And I feel like he'd want to come back. In fact, I already asked his agent. They're unwilling to sell him at this current time, which is hilarious. They view him as almost unsellable. They also view him as almost unplayable, apparently. What? You're not playing him. He's made 2 appearances in 2 years. Man needs a career resurrection, all right? And then, yeah, look, he only wants 62 to 78,000 pounds. He doesn't even want a big wage. That's less than he was on when he left us. Ah, poor man. So I'm hoping that we can figure out a deal for Texie. He's literally a mascot, yeah. PSG Kenny is doing super. Oh yeah, I forgot you wouldn't have seen that, would you? Oh, so if you're wondering why I have this particular view, that's because while I was recording the World Cup Ireland video yesterday. Obviously, that took 8.5 hours. So in between each simulation, I was looking at YouTube stuff. I watched the entirety of EBFM's training guide video. So you'll note that every player that's over 28 is now on agility and balance training for a start. Except for randomly Wilson Enriquez. So we'll just dump him on that as well. So that's fun. I've also moved over to EBFM's training schedules as well. EBFM Alpha. No, not even the Alpha one. So let's get rid of this. Because I was just trying to find a good view that I could use that with. So as for Kenny Baumeister, I'm very pleased with him so far. He's injured, I think, at the moment. No, there he is. So far, 11 assists. Only 3 goals. Does need to up the goal contribution a little bit, but his assists have been fantastic so far, so really enjoying that. So enjoying that. Hey, sort of Fickle. Blaz is doing very good, yeah. So basically, for some reason, EBFM found that having most training focuses did not seem to have much effect for the most part. However, over the age of 28, for some reason, balance and agility had a massive effect on boosting players' balance and agility. To the point where, on average, it was boosting players over 28 balance and agility by 0.5 an attribute points per season. I.e., if you put it on a player from 28 to 34, he could reasonably expect to see his agility and balance go up by a max by 3 points over those years, which is really, really interesting. Yeah, the mini version is very interesting as well. So that's why I've dumped that on, just because there's no harm in it, because it didn't hurt any other attributes, and that was the main reason that I put it on, and that was the reason he suggested it for over 28s, is just because it doesn't hurt anything else either, but it will cause net gains massively. It makes no sense, exactly. So yeah, I would definitely do that. Yeah, they are downloadable. Max has them in his Dropbox account, but there's only one training schedule too, and it works for everything allegedly. So it's this. It's all defending, attacking, physical, match practice, and 1 ground defense. That's it. It's designed for Wednesday, Saturday matches. So, and you can use it in 1 match or 2 match weeks, or no match weeks, because it's got extra match practice in it too. It's one size fits all kind of approach. It does cause, I reckon, what was it he said? 1.4 days per player per season of more injuries, but it well outperformed the average. I think players' CA was rising by 18 points above. Yeah. No reviews, previews. No, just that's it. He found basically that a lot of that stuff that claimed that it would provide benefits in upcoming matches seemed to be somewhat ineffectual. Now, none of these are real players because we're in season 19. Yeah, Pog. So we've had a morning. We've actually barely done anything on stream today. What happened is, well, Casino Square happened is what happened. Someone saw what Darcher was doing and thought, do you know what? That's just not generous enough. And that's not true. There was a madness. Yeah. Casino literally hit the jackpot. So I'm being used to launder money, Pog. No. Wait. Zoom, thank you for the follow. There was a one-man train, legitimately, yes. But no, I'm so grateful, seriously. Oh, Jesus. I've already got Pog. She's my sugar mama. Should we play a game? Just so we can get off of this at the moment. Rob, thank you so much for the 13 months as well. Thank you very much. That's very, very nice of you, my friend. I really do appreciate that. 701. That number seems weird for this year. Like, it shouldn't happen. So basically, all the players in the save, for the most part, have real faces because of something called the Z-Gen pack. So what it does is it's a bit of software that allocates real-looking faces, but these are actually AI-generated, to players in the game. So if I just randomly go through some of their players, you'll see that they have real-looking faces that match up with nationality, ethnicity, and various other factors. It's dope. Just a lot of money. You got to rub it off. No, you don't do that. Oh, Jesus. Oh, we didn't even do the Harold Bishop, did we? That's another thing I was supposed to do. Right. No, you're right. Right. Now, chat, we need to see some big Harolds, right? And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, and I'll explain in a minute.
The minute you get up to it, you're dead.
I am from Harold and I'm in the house where the coffee's great and the food is grouse. With sandwiches and lasagna too.
Ice cream sundaes for me and you.
I am from Harold and I'm in the house where the coffee's great and the food is grouse. With sandwiches and lasagna too.
Ice cream sundaes for me and you.
I try not to lose my temper with myself.
Oh, goodness sake, and shit and balls.
The minute you get uptight, you're dead.
There we go. So no, basically, that picture that you're seeing there is not a real person. I.e., they've used AI basically to create faces that look real but are not. So he may look a bit like a real life person, but it's not been like copied from a real life person. Essentially, that's the idea. That way, it avoids any kind of legal stuff. Kind of like, you know, in movies they go, any similarity to real people present or deado is purely coincidental or whatever. I don't think it says exactly that, but well, obviously not exactly. Imagine that MGM, present or deado. Looks so familiar. Well, it's the Uncanny Valley, isn't it? Yeah, it's the Z-Gens. It was put in chat, but I realized it would have got wiped out the way by the... let me try again. Is that it? There you go. That's the thing. I was quite literally going to say that exact phrase, Michael Crystallographical. My brother in Christ. That is far too kind to me. Honestly, I don't know what to say. I think I probably should just reiterate that. I realize, obviously, you know, far be it from me to tell other people what to do, of course, and that's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying I hope this is something that you are freely capable of doing, and it isn't like something that's going to hurt you financially. Obviously, to anyone, it's just because I know that for me would be very difficult, and I realize everyone's situation is very different. I just want to make sure that people are not putting themselves in situations that they shouldn't be, because I care about you lot, you know. But I'm also still extremely grateful. Yeah, sorry, the Z-Gen thing, let me try that again for you, is this. Sorry, I realize that you guys have a cooldown on it. It's this here that I've just put in chat. If you click that link, Zealand has a great video that's explains it all, basically. Oh. But yeah, that's the one. Holy Christ. It's just as well this isn't the stream where we have to try and get through those 6 Champions League matches and, like, well, I fully going at it, because we can catch up with just, like, skipping some of the league games. It's fine. Fucking hell. You know, Nosco, fair play, Zarelli. That's well played. Oh, God. I might just load this into a game, honestly, just so I can distract myself from what's going on here. So you can see here, by the way, Haladash play Atletico. They need 1 point, I reckon, to try and qualify. It's not going to be easy, though. Debrecen host Porto, you never know. We, however, have got... it's a folder called Schedules, which I always actually forget about, but yeah. That's where it is. Higo, thank you very much for the follow. I do appreciate that. I hope you're having a lovely Sunday morning. This is the schedule looking right now. We're actually top, despite having dropped points in 2 games so far. Haladash are 22nd, but have got 2 wins and 2 draws and are looking pretty tasty. Ironically, one of the defeats was to FC Copenhagen, but yet they've managed to get wins against Lyon, Bodø, draws against Ron and Arsenal. Odd. Never been to one. To be fair, neither have I, actually. Now that I think about it. Not like us casino. I never really wanted to. Under 21 expiring contracts. Something direct for... Oh, actually... No, I hadn't thought about that. But that is a very good shout. We should probably do that now, actually. No, right. Anarith, this is I'm giving you a job. After this match, remind me, because that's something I really want to look at, both for freebies for the summer and for some of those guys that would be really good for the loan farm, because that's kind of a strategy I hadn't even thought about. What country? Jesus. But yes, that's where you want to drop it. You Debrecen, they're just not good enough, unfortunately. We really could have done with someone like Ferencvaros in there for the moment. So, I haven't actually done the team for this, have I? No. So, Bobby Tree, now that he's fit again. Now, slight issue. And that is this. Now, because of various injuries and suspensions, this is an area we actually are kind of light. It's the DM spot. We don't really... who are we missing? Yeah, Yamin, basically, is suspended. It's not ideal. But it's alright. I did 14.5k yesterday, and that was pretty good. Heart rate was a little high, but the heat wasn't amazing. So I think I'll be fine. I'm doing a half marathon the week after the match, so it should be alright. I'm just using the match like a training session, really. Yes, you can, Pochnogle. You can do it at any time. It works no matter what. You don't have to do it at the start of a save, basically, is the key thing. You can do it at any point. In fact, you will have to do it like several times when new regens come through. Yeah, Sogos is going to have to play DM here. I really don't think we've got much choice. The other problem we've got is... Fuck. Who are we missing here? Yeah, Limoera, actually, you're right. And that would at least allow us to play... Ooh. Do you know what, right? Part of me's tempted to start training Limoera to just play as an anchor. Because I feel like he rarely ever gets any game time for us as a centre-back. Mostly in rotation options. But just having him the ability to play there, yeah, it would take some of his CA. Would just give us a bit of cover until we can find a new guy. Because I still want that guy from Rio Ave. But that would at least allow us to play Sogos here. Luckily, the 2 games we've got today are not against some of the stronger sides in Europe. We've got Eintracht Frankfurt and someone else that's like down in the 20 pluses. Pre-season after the match. Hell yeah. Got to get those minutes in. Yeah, I think that'll have to do. It's not ideal. Also, who are we missing here? I feel like there's someone else. Oh, yeah, Sam Ingram as well. So we're down on players today. Carpenu's only just come back from injury as well. It's not ideal. Bobby Tree is at least back fit, though. So I want to give him a chance to actually start for us, because he is the Bob, right? I feel like Blas has done fantastically in his stead, but Bobby's Bob. Yeah, injuries galore, frankly. And bear in mind, this is not because of the EBFM training schedules. I only moved over to those this morning on the match day, so we haven't actually had a chance to use those yet. Colosite isn't very good. Yowie, he's absolute... well, he's got 4 tackling, and he's not... Wow, yeah. Don't forget, we've got youth intake today as well, chat. And I'm really excited to see what the professionality on our youth players is going to be, given the changes we've made. We should be okay, honestly. And I'm kind of excited to see how Limoero does there. Because I think he'd be quite a good anchor, as you say. Like, if you actually look at him as an anchor... Tackling and marking are solid. But his teamwork isn't amazing. But everywhere else, he's absolutely fine. He's 6 foot tall, good strength. I think he'll be good. Enough time has passed for the changes to come into play. Which changes? As in with the training schedules? None, because I literally did it on today's match day. So there will be no changes to that at all. As in, I did them while the stream was warming up this morning. Oh, youth intake. Bear in mind, that doesn't matter. What Max proved in his test is that all of this crap about, well, if you change your head of youth development, it takes 3... It doesn't take 3 years at all. It's nonsense. It's instant. The game, as long as you make the changes before the youth intake preview, it's instant. Any changes you make is immediately carried over. That myth about how it takes 3 years because of the players coming through is total crap. Basically, and he proved that very clearly. Darla Montiel said, no, it's just like my assistant likes doing, and I kind of like letting him do it, honestly, because it does seem to work. Last time we played Montiel, he actually got 3 assists from right back. Yeah, it's because, in theory, you'd think that it should happen. So I believe that was because I wouldn't let someone like Blazjurin leave. So basically, I made the mistake of... I told Alexis Yamin he could stay. Or rather, he told me he wanted to stay. The problem was, though, because when a load of other players came and said they wanted to leave, I then said, well, Alexis Yamin was fine with it. The issue was he didn't have high enough influence for them to care what he thought. That was the problem. So you need to make sure when you do that, that you always use a player that's got high internal respect, I suppose, right? Okay, let's go. Is that looking shaky, or is that just... Oh, it is, right. Okay, bloody hell, not again. I think what it is, actually, is that there was there's a graphics card update, and I haven't installed it yet, and I think it's the latest one that's causing these, like, weird glitches. So I probably should have installed it before stream, but then I'm always hesitant about doing that right before stream, and now we're fine. To be fair, the current situation is actually okay. It just means that you load it once and it's all right. Is that going to be... Are we getting a highlight straight from the kickoff? Yeah, we are, actually. Okay. We're back to doing it as a transfer. Yeah. I think that... we are still a bit light in that DM spot. And that's the one area of this team that I want to look for maybe even a first-team player over the summer, potentially. Although I do like the guy from Portugal as well. What a pass. Oh, Bobby. Oh, nearly. There's something that Bobby just does that I just don't see other players do. And it's stuff like that. The way that he's... Yeah. He's looking at... Well, it's not so much looking at its best. Basically, apparently there were some stutter issues caused by the one before, basically. And this one seems to wipe away those issues as Bobby's throw. And Bobby's already scored inside a minute. Builder Bruiser, thank you for the follow. I do appreciate that tremendously. I hope it's been a lovely Sunday morning. That's not taken long. He is just different gravy, isn't he? There's something... And Montiel assist as well. Yeah, great point. He is just a little bit on a different level, is Bobo. As good as Blaz is, Bobby's just better. I wouldn't be surprised if he still gets 20 goals for us this season. Miggy and Bobby. Yeah, I feel like Miggy is still the front runner for the manager. However, as you know from last year, Thighs Freeze was supposed to be the front runner for the manager. And then what happened when we did the Looking Forward stream? A lot can change. Very strong wins here, actually. 9. Right, so we got that and that. I don't know. Maybe. You never know. Bobby's just very good at making those runs. Windows update, but that's not good. Yeah, I do it using the manual. I use GeForce Experience, whatever it's called. Although that used to be much easier as well. Bobby's sister. Oh yeah, I won't be afraid to do that. Change the tactic. Nah, the tactic's been really stable lately. We've just kind of left it as it is, because we found that messing around with the tactics too much seemed to cause more issues than not. And even now, we even play this system in the normal, in like the league games, just to ensure that we keep that tactical familiarity more fluid, and we've started being a lot better in Europe as a result of that. And that could be entirely apocryphal, but it does seem that we've done better in Europe since we started being more consistent with the tactics. So we've regularly reached semi-final or better in the Champions League, I think, every season since then. I hope this isn't going to be an issue when we come to that save. BD7, that's true. BT... Well, it depends, because I feel like we might actually see Bobby retire during this save, because there's still a long time to go if you think about it, and Bobby's still into his 30s nearly. Sogos is in there, and it's a goal for Andreas Sogos. Come on. Oh, that's true, yeah. The one thing that we have changed in the tactic is that when Blaz Durin plays in the tactic, he plays as an AF, but everyone else is still a poacher, I believe. This is really nice play, actually. The fact that Sogos was allowed all the way in there to have a little pop-up goal. He's one of my favourite players that we've signed in this save. On a free. Also, this is... God, this song takes me back to last summer. No, summer before, with African Adventure. I don't know why it's censored, and also I don't know why Twitch won't let me fucking add it. I keep going allow, and it's just like, no, are you sure about that? It's really annoying. Like, isn't the whole point of auto mod that you can then tell it what's not to be modded? Like... Ah, dear. Velasquez with the ball to Baumeister. Come on. Go on, Kenny. Oh, lovely ball. Nunez! And he's... Wow, that must have hit the post really hard. I think Castillo's still the top scorer just on virtue of being around longer, but... Is this how Amaranth feels? Casino Square. Thank you. I don't even really know what to say now. But I'm eternally grateful, and I don't understand. But I am so very goose that you know. Look at your sidebar. You know. It's getting that way, isn't it, Hedge? It's funny I was wearing a vest. I wish I could, honestly.
Do you know if there's a train coming anytime soon?
Most of us have ever had.
Yes,
You mean in one
I think
stream?
it's
Yes. Without a shadow of a doubt, particularly from a single person. As far as in total, incredibly, no. The most I've ever had, I don't know if I should even say that out loud, honestly. Mara Lonnie, thank you very much for the follow. She's off to kick. Oh, really? Oh, cheers, Hadrian. Hopefully, I've still tried adding stuff like that one, and it's still fucked us up in the past. So I don't know what's up with that. Out of interest, how did Kev react? Because I imagine it was similar. Although I imagine Kev was a lot more wholesome, because I doubt he went, what the fuck? Because that's just not in Kev's style, is it? The most ever was 890, I think, which was... I don't think it was this... It was around the time the game came out. I think it was when we started Treaty United, right before Christmas. I think it was around about right before Christmas we had 890 subs. Or is it March? It was something around that sort of point, I think. That was the most we've ever topped out. Twitch actually does tell you. The only reason I know this is because when you go to your like emote panel, when you unlock emote slots by having certain sub milestones, and when you go into the emote panel, it actually tells you like the most recent like record. That way, it tells you how close you are to unlocking more sub bits. That's the only reason I remember. I think it was something like that. But I could check. But I almost don't want to. Casino Square, thank you. I'm terrible at feeling like I deserve things. As Bobby hopefully scores, and oh, that's kind of crap actually. Bob, come on.
Oh, this isn't where I park my car.
10 Bell 10, thank you so much for the follow. There's actually quite an interesting day ahead of us today. It's like, because F1 is right after stream. In fact, I might be stopping at like 15 minutes early today, chat. That way we can all go watch the F1. But also, NASCAR Street Race later. That's going to be a clown show, and I can't wait. Particularly as Shane Van Gisbergen's third on the grid, which I'm really excited about. So that wasn't... She is. She's going to message me privately in a minute and be like, what the fuck? F1 is, I believe, 2 o'clock. Because it's Austria, isn't it? And I bloody didn't watch the sprint race yesterday, and now I wish I had. Well, the sprint race yesterday, other than obviously, Max running away with it as per, sounded like it was pretty interesting, actually. So, there's that. Yeah, SVG. The fact that he's done... Like, I'm super impressed with SVG putting that third, because one thing I thought that he might have in his hands is that they do seem to do quite a lot of these street races in V8 Supercars, so I thought he might have a chance. But to put that Project 91 car third on the grid, super duper awesome. Next, Marcus Ambrose. Maybe. I would love it if he actually got a proper ride. Like, particularly if it was with a competitive team like Trackhouse. Because the fact that he's dumped that card, and they clearly had speed, because Suarez, I think, was like top 10 as well. Ball across there, and Baumeister! I said he wants more goals, and now he's got one. Oh. Second being first, first being second. Yeah, basically, yeah. It's cool. Oh, there was a whole, like a league table for that whole thing, isn't there? Hey, Casino Square. How are you, my friend? I'm a little bit blown away, my friend. I truly am. I don't really know what to say. Yeah, that's not happening, Mike. You know they're not going to get rid of those. They've at least got rid of stage cautions at road courses, because that was some shit. But no, you know they're not going to get rid of that stuff. Oh, crap. We can't even... Yeah, it kind of is, actually. Mostly then just because Perez can't seem to get his shit together for the most part. It's just, I have literally been calling them NASCAR. Part of the reason why I want to do NASCAR Lions is because when I first saw their name, I genuinely thought it was NASCAR Lions. So, yeah. I might get Romero on just because we're kind of running out of subs here, honestly. And I don't really want to bring Carpi on either because he's got a slight injury as well. He's had a weird time of it lately. The fact that he has missed Q... What was the stat Matt and Tommy were talking about this yesterday while I was on my run. It was something like Nico Hulkenberg has made more Q3s this season than Sergio Perez. What? That's outrageous. Oh. Formula 1.5, yes. Although, truth be told, Casino Square, right? You could just literally exclude Max and it's still competitive. The Hulk is massive. One of these days he'll get that podium. What a weird match that was. That was very strange, but Bobby, Sorgos, and Baumeister grabbing the goals. All very nice. We kind of faded towards the end of that one. It's almost like we had no players available. I really hope that we get those guys back. Also, I completely forgot that this has slipped under the radar. Such has been my complete confusion today, right? F1 -1. So just F0. F0. Remember that game? That was sick. Did Bretson got a draw against Porto? Haladash lost at home in Atletico, didn't they? Yeah, that's very frustrating. I was hoping they might get something there. They could still go through. But they're going to need some luck in that final match day. Look how... I love how they're down here with a negative goal, with a 0 goal difference. Everyone around them is shit. Oh, Jesus. Lisa's still in the playoffs? Jesus Christ. F1 and friends. Oh. She really fit. Yeah, I'm one of those people that, right, I have the most, like, boring ass wallets. But they're like, what? It's just standard leather wallet. I think my mum got this for me, like, about a decade ago. And it's just survived, right? It's just standard black wallet. No fancy shit. It's just a wallet, right? Yes, Budapest and Ferencváros both won. Unfortunately, though, and this could be a good thing, actually. Ferencváros still came 9th. So this is how it ended up. They missed out by 1 spot. But yeah, they did both win their last game, if I recall. I think they were both away from home. Yeah, 3-0 to Ferencváros. And Budapest were 1-0 away at Hammarby. So yeah, they are through, which is all good. Extra coefficient, which is nice. True, actually, yeah. Yes, right. So first things first, I want to show you that a player that I've signed that I actually forgot to tell you about, and I can't believe I forgot to mention this. Chat, I've signed Hendrick. Would you believe it? And there he is. We are signing Jeff Hendrick. Finally, after 19 years. He's any good? I mean, like, he's not awful, is he? He's not going to be that good. He's not, yeah. I had to pay him way more. We were paying him like 80 grand for a single season, but I felt like it was worth it for the memes. Have to remove the, yeah, probably. Is he for the loan? Oh, imagine me getting Hendrick on loan to Ferencváros or some shit. That would be dope. Dickinio. I think we had a Dickinio in this save, but it might have been a player whose name I changed. I think it was pronounced, spelled with a K, with a Q on R1 though. He's 34. He can still get in for the loans. You never know. I don't know. Is Ferris about? Oh, he's retiring. He's 35, I suppose. Come on, Ferris, mate. Give it another go around the wheel. Right, okay. So we're moving on from that. Actually, what we'll do is we'll go to Thursday, and then we'll see how the coefficient works out, and then we will dive into the thing we were going to look at. He needs a tail. He do be needing that. He's getting his career off now. Oh, great. Patrice is going to be suspended. What is our last game today, actually, in the Champions League? Oh, it's Braga. Yeah, we'll be fine. So Roma beat Slavon Belupo, which is, I just like their name. It always reminds me of the end of a Nickelodeon cartoon with, was it Klasky Skupo? And it just always reminds me of that team for some reason. So Kizvala hosts Fiorentina. Their last two games are Fiorentina and Schalke. They need a win out of one of those. And I'm concerned that they might not get it. Because both of those are top 8 teams. And that concerns me. Dortmund, I mean, bet you bloody are. Oh yeah, Teixeira. Everybody suddenly wants a bit of Teixeira. Just out of nowhere. So that's exciting. Obviously, he's going nowhere. Oh, yeah. Our physio retired, so I brought in this new guy who's got 20 physiotherapy, and his name's Walter Martinelli. Let's just pretend it's Gabriel's dad, right? Even though they're from different nationalities. Come on. Klasky Supo. No, it was Klasky Supo. So, hang on. I'll try to write it in chat. It was like spelled like this. Not like that, Matt. It was like that. Yeah, like that. Screenshot. Oh, just dump him in chat. Tactic downloaded. Like, yeah, it's the same tactic as last time. We haven't actually changed anything. But if you just do ! Tactics, you'll get the entire pack. The one thing it's going to be missing is the. I love that it's Dick Bodo, and they've like, yeah, Dickinio. We need to go that. Also, love that he's Hungarian. That just makes that even better. That's superb. But yeah, ! Tactics will get you the whole pack. You should be fine with the way you've got it. Sometimes death by... I don't know. That's just the one we're using. That's our main tactic right now. But there's loads of other tactics in there if you want to try. Did I actually see what happened, or is it not? Oh, Norgeland. Actually... Oh, hang on. One sec. I need to change something. Landing page... Squad. I changed this away from squad during the Ireland video I was recording because it was getting annoying how it would show us the national team before the world ranking. And it was just a pain in the arse doing extra clicks, so I decided to switch away from that. They must have a... Is this with City? They're both on loan from City, aren't they? Yeah. That's a shame. I'm actually surprised. Oh, that's their first team, to be fair. Hopefully their under-19 squad's got some more stuff for us. Pharmaceutical. Ah, okay. They've rejected it. Not for sale at any price. Bro, you're not playing him and he wants to leave. Opposition instructions. Not really. I asked the assistant, but that's about it. Only time I really focus on opposition instructions is when we're in a final. Because Jvada do get an extra point. I think they might get through. They might get through. Maybe. Right, now we can do it. Right, so coefficients. Where are we at? On the year, we've somehow slipped to 4th. It's still very tight between us and the others, but we have now slipped down to 4th spot, which is very annoying. Mind games. Not really, just because I find that we'll beat them without doing that, and it's just extra stuff I don't need to do, I suppose. And knowing FM, it probably doesn't actually work that well, honestly. Yeah, we're joint 3rd. But in time, right? Extra coefficient for finishing 1st. I believe there is, so hopefully we can get that ourselves, because remember, we've still got one more game, which will hopefully do okay. I think Spain must have had a really good day. That's still great for us. Like, the fact that we're still keeping pace with these guys now shows that we are a top 4 team. Nation, so to speak. Like, the only problem is now we have slipped behind Spain again. But look how far we are clear of these guys. We're 6 points clear of France right now. And also, we're going to gain another 4 on them next year anyway. France aren't going to gain on anything else in years. So we're going to be at least top 3 for the foreseeable future. But it's just a question of what we can do with it in the meantime. Right. Okay, cool. Now let's have a little look at any random freebies. Because you never know. So, first things first. Let me just clear that entirely, actually. Oh, it's already done. Okay. So we've got contract status expiring 6 months. Which will give us 12,000 players. Cool. Now, I want to just lower it to like 31. Because that's like my high-end threshold. And then after that, we'll do under 21s to see if there's any dope players in there as well. So, I want amateur final. I haven't missed anything. From an FM standpoint, we beat Eintracht Frankfurt quite comfortably. And that's about it. On a purely FM standpoint. Anyway. Ronald Aguilar, hang on, that's one of our guys. I mean, that's one of our former players, old Ronnie here. Good point. There's also this dude here, who I believe is a DM. No, he's not. He's a striker. Okay. But he's 31 as well. Actually, I might just drop the age down slightly more. To 29. Because I feel like we get less... we're looking for resale value with these guys. And unfortunately, at 31, we're probably not going to have a lot of time to flip them, really. Could try and get... oh, we could, but I don't know if that's going to work. We'll give it a go, because why the fuck not, right? £3 million for Oscar Motta. Obviously, we won't pay £3 million. 28 years old. So there's a 23-year-old there. Well, yeah, there is. Leon Schmidt at Rheindorf. Also, I love how this chap appears in here. This is one of our players. Let me see how much he wants for a new contract. He's on 11k a week, right? Oh, I'll just give him a new deal. Be silly not to at that point. If he wants the same terms, we might as well just give him a new deal. Let him stay at Debrecen for a bit longer, right? Have you missed much? The non-FM standpoint. If you want an explanation of the non-FM standpoint, the best thing you can do is just look to the top of the chat. That'll kind of do it there. Oh, also, Thomas, I will get to that look in a sec. I just want to have a little look through these guys. Oh, Öztürk. He's the former Bayern dude. Oh, wait, no, he's not. Am I thinking of a different save? I swear there was a guy called Ozan Öztürk who was at Bayern in this save. Anyway, what about Leon Schmidt? Centre-back. Wanted by Inter. I think we go for him, right? Unless you want stupid money. Oh, fuck's sake. Let me just quickly check. Okay, right. That's fantastic. With him, well, I'll shortlist him for the moment. That's very annoying. Why do they do that? Okay, we'll dump him on the shortlist. That's frustrating, though. Anyone else? Tony Inacia? Oh, he's at Újpest. Wait, hang on. He's just an Újpest player. Can you lads give him a new contract, please? I just look at the microphone. That's true, yeah. I thought you were about to comment on the dust. I get comments about the dust sometimes. Trust me, it could be a lot worse. Look. People think this looks dusty, right? This is the one it replaced. This is my old one. And yes, I did spend money on one of these rather than just trying to find a way to clean it. Because I don't know how I would get the dust out of this, honestly. In fact, just having it near my face is giving me allergies. Oh, Jesus. Buying Tony Anassi with a loan back. I don't know if that would even work. The problem is they probably want quite a lot. Oh, would they? Is he even playing for them? He's playing a bit, but not a huge amount. And I just don't know if it'd be worth it, honestly. If he was a player that's playing really regularly for them, I think, yeah. But with the amount he's playing, probably not. And Gubu, ooh, 28. Actually, I'll tell you what. He's got LMS vibes. 13, 14, 14. 16 jumping reach. Not the quickest, but he's got great mentals, great physicals. He may only be 5'11", but he's got 16 jumping reach. Abdul Razak Ngubu, who, yes, that's right, is a former player of ours as well. He's developed into an absolutely lovely footballer. Oh, for God's sake. What? I'm guessing he doesn't like me very much. Hang on. Let me just... Not particularly impressed with me as a manager. Oh, okay. Fair enough. You know what? I can't say fairer than that. I've just been mugged off there. Oh, Barcelona, dude. He's made a dieuf. 20 agility. Volatile media handling style. That would indicate potentially low professionalism. He is Hungarian second nationality. True. I think that's just because he was here for such a long time. Good on both feet.
Here's a fun fact.
I think the issue with this guy would probably be the wage.
Just 2 blocks from here.
Okay, does no one want to sign for us? Nobody likes this chap. Charles Logier. Or Logier. Thank you very much for the follow. Man's just flipping. Alan Sheridan. Wow, we've... How have we gone from there to the here? Do you know what? Alan, Big Al is not awful either. But presumably he doesn't want to talk to us either. Just... Have we done something to upset people? Other than the obvious. Kojiro Tamura? He's made a GIF. There you go. That's fine. At least someone likes us. No one likes us. We don't care. For Dorchester, the town. Yeah, he's got no interest. Is that sport? Is it got Wigan? Do you reckon Moses Lawrence thinks he's good enough for us? No. Moses is having none of it. From Mansfield to Wigan to MTK Budapest. He's having none of it either. Stefano Cola is a cool name. Presumably he has a bubbly personality. What a weird set of attributes. He's also got 9 jumping reach. He'll talk to us, no doubt. Yeah, but don't really want him. Like, he's actually got good attributes, but the 9 jumping reach is not for me. Maybe we should just go for pure younger players this time. Just go for 21 and under and see if we can find any mad gems this way around instead. Like, for example, players like this guy. Alberto Fastiana, who, unless he's got a major injury. That's only a pulled groin. He's on quite a lot of money, but I feel like players like this guy could be quite good for the loan farm. Except he won't talk. What on earth? It makes me wonder, right? If, because we're doing this later in the window, we're not going to be able to get anyone. Because I normally do this like January 1st, so we get them the moment that you're able to, right? But now I'm wondering if the later you let it go into the window, the less they want to move at the moment for some reason. This guy's... We just know so little about him, but let's be honest, he probably doesn't want to come here either. Oh, he actually does. Of course he does. There's a guy from Iraq. Oh, yeah, there is here. Hussein Mohsin. Watch him not want to come either. The giant Mamiya. Thank you for the 17 months.
Just happy Sunday.
I'd say that's quite a specific message. And it's a message I stand behind. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let's see if Mr. I have 20 caps for Iraq at least wants to talk to us. Ah, you do at least. Do you think that the reason he actually... He's not even awful. And the fact that he's Iraqi based in Iraq is kind of sick. Are Al Zora an Iraqi side? They are actually. That's sick. Fuck it. We'll have him. For the... Oh, and a youngster. Even better. Saves me some effort. And clap him to an 8-year deal, maybe. Boom. Enjoy Hussein. We're just going to find interesting personality, interesting like nationalities. Like there's a Malian dude here. Kasim Koulibaly. Who's yet an... Hang on, have I got this filtered by centre-backs or something? Right, okay. I thought I did. It was just a lot of them. When he arrives. I sometimes notice that their value doesn't actually change all that much with some of these types of players, to be fair. Oh, is he... Oh, yeah, Don Benito, yeah. Wait, actually, wait. Oh, yeah, it is Span. Span? It's Span, chat. He is Spanish. Except he's not. Do you know what? Attribute-wise, he's not awful either. Temp poles are good. But he's not having it. Kasim's not having it. Russian dude there. Algerian dude. Raider Moussaoui. Filmed by caps. Or like... Yeah, actually, that would give us really high CA players, wouldn't it? If we do by like appearances. Although I want to look at Mark Smith at Arsenal here. Sorry? Giant Mimir, what on earth? Giant Mimir, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. That is so damn nice of you, my friend. Seriously, that's very unnecessary, but I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, he absolutely won't talk to us, will he? There's just no way. Okay, well, we're getting him. He's absolutely flip central. He is so good. Arsenal, what are you playing at? Look at, he's an absolute tentpole merchant. Yeah, we're doing a bit of flipping, hibbos. And he's absolutely... Yeah, English tax. He's a guy we sell back to like Newcastle in a couple of years for 20 million quid. He's still worth 16 million with his contract expiring in a minute. So we'll have him. And he wants to go loan. Oh, that's so good. 10k a week, I'll give it to you, bro. Now, future prospect means I can't do silly bollocks with him. I'm going to have to actually give him a proper contract. But he's young enough to the point where I can. So I will give him... Watch him get an England cap the moment he signs for us. I think that should be fine, right? Yep, sick, dope. Irish second... Ooh, good point. Good point. With a 3rd division team in the 1st league. Hang on, wait. Which league are you talking about? Because if it's... In the editor didn't work. It depends what you mean. Because basically when it comes to moving teams around, you have to... It can get a bit funky because you have to remove teams as well and push everything down. And I've tried doing that in the past and it can be a bit pernickety. I had a lot of issues with that when I was doing my Whitport and Blackhaven save because I had to add 2 teams to a league. And then I had to displace 2 teams, obviously, to make that happen. I like him. I like him a good amount. So this guy, the go-aheady... Cape Town... Right, fuck it. We'll do, like, appearances. Okay, that's not always going to be perfect. Right, let's do appearances, then world ranking. Maybe. Or... Not world ranking, sorry. We'll do rep and then appearances. So it filters that way. Although it seems to be a... that's interesting. So the game clearly knows... Yeah, you can't... If you're adding the team, you can't just go, hey, I want the Premier League to have 21 teams now. You have to remove a team to make that work. I mean, you can do it, but you'd have to change all the rules and the fixtures and everything. Yeah, I think the game knows what their actual reputation is, and as a result, it's filtering by that. National caps. I guess. So there's a Namibian, Bahamanian, Liberian, Iraqi, that's our dude there, Bahrain, Malta, hilariously, Chris Webster here at Derby County. Vanuatuan, British Virgin Islands, Botswana, Belarus, okay. There's Booga, he's a goalkeeper. Sierra Leone, Guadeloupe, Martinique, Mali, that's the dude we already looked at, Faroese, Bowie Polson, I don't know. Canada, Maurice Berger. Actually, tell you what, and he's a DM. Without any tackling him. He's very much an RPM DM. But Maurice Berger looks alright. Don't mind a bit of that. Odd! Thanks so much for the 13 months. How are you on this fine Sunday morning?
Hello, Chato and Matto. How are we today?
Bloody
Wanted
excellent,
to
my
do
friend.
something useful yesterday. Watched a 5-hour alternate world video instead.
I am the same, honestly. I had a lot of spare time, sort of, on Friday. And, while I was doing the Ireland video, because I was doing the simulations, I had still had to keep myself in front of it to record every, like, half an hour. But because I couldn't do any work to do with FM, because I was using FM for The Sims, I had to find other things to do. So,
You came
yeah.
in summer. In
Not...
winter, it can get very depressing.
Not a Lindyar anymore. Got there in a second. It just took me a little while. Thank you very much for the follow. No, what I actually did was watch random shit on YouTube on my SYC YouTube account recommended, which is obviously different to my personal account, so I got totally different recommendations. So obviously, once I finished off Max's EBFM, his trading stuff, which took me a little while, but I got through that, and that was dope. And after that, I watched an absolutely unbelievable video essay. It was an hour and a half long, and it was called something like The Unreality of Professional Wrestling, or something like that. I don't even like wrestling, and I was gripped by it. I tell you, gripped. It was unbelievably good. And if you haven't watched it, I would genuinely recommend it. Even if you don't like wrestling. I haven't watched wrestling in 20 years. It was so fucking good. I can't get over how well told the story was. I'd seen a random thing about it on TikTok, and then I saw it on my recommender. I was like, fuck it, I've got time to kill. I haven't really had a chance to use it much yet, Bill, but everything seems to be good. Yeah, Super Eye Patch Wolf, who I thought I'd heard of before, and it turns out I have because I watched his Riverdale video a couple of years ago. Right. I reckon with him we might just be okay doing that, right? Yeah. We've got that leverage. Elder Scrolls game. Well, see, this is the thing. After that, I then watched an Emp Lemon video about Rogue Waves, and then I ended up watching this 6-part video essay about the TV show House. Introduction to the new guys. Which new guys? Benoit Pistol is a great name. Shame he's not a good player, but it's a great name. Nepal, Algeria. That's a guy we looked at before, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think there's much here. I think part of the reason as well is that I've left it too late, potentially. New guys. Oh, yeah, there was a few, but they weren't particularly good. They were mostly just like, there was Ernani, who's that guy. There was Roman Blanco, who I'm really disappointed with. Like, Gonzalo Sigris told us that he was a 5 with the extra half star in there too, and I'm so disappointed in the fact that he's not. So, like, what can we even do at that point? Pinder. Oh, no, he was already in, wasn't he? We also had Arboleda, who was a freebie just for the loan farm as well. We've also got Diego Souza, who's a similar story, but he's still out on loan. We've got Villasis, who was, again, these are all sort of guys that are, when they do finally join us, are here for the loan farm. Marcus Perez, same kind of story. And then Pablo Pelassi was a very similar. There wasn't any, like, massive new players. Oh, yeah, we also signed Endrick, but he's not here yet, technically. And now, because this was a request earlier, I will quickly show you again. Endrick. Better scout than Gonzalo. Well, you can't have higher than that. I mean, maybe, but if we can't get good data off a guy with 1920, then a guy with 2020 isn't going to help us much more after that, I suspect. Watched a video on the speedrunning Mario Kart World Records. Was that Summoning Salt? Because I enjoyed the shit out of that yesterday. I fucking love Summoning Salt. It's like a national holiday for me. I got back from my run yesterday, and I was just sat there, chilling with Pog, because she was just still in bed. And I saw Summoning Salt posted a new video, and it was just like bliss. I just sat back and just zoned out. Actually, what I was actually trying to do was plan a trip to Center Parks next year while I was watching it, but Summoning Salt is dope. Hey, Titcheth. Yeah, Summoning Salt's videos are amazing. If you like speedrun documentaries, and again, I have never played almost all of the games he does these videos on, but he's so compelling with his commentary and the way that he does them. Insane. Yeah, John Boy as well. Set a scouting focus. You got any more jokes like that, Anna, at all? You funny man. Right, so let's try and unsettle him. Not that he's not already unsettled, but let's do it, right? Declare interest as a top target. I'm trying to mess with him. £141 million. Are you actually out of your damn mind? The player doesn't want to play for you, and you're not playing him. FM's funny. Try mentoring. I mean, yeah. What did you miss? Oh, nothing. Nothing at all. Also, Megal as a surname is really fun. I enjoy that. Charles Johnson. I think I've watched some of his videos, actually. There's another guy that does like some like video game speedrunning videos. He's essays about the record. He's called Tomato Anus. But I've seen some of his videos too. Bid 10 million. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I do find it funny, by the way, that like players that leave the club, even if we're like one of the best ranked teams in Europe, still like gain insane value when they're not playing for us. See, for example, Chris Barwick, 195 million playing for AC Milan. We couldn't get more than 2 million for him. It's just like, now admittedly I did that with stuff in mind, but it's just like, how is a player at Milan worth 200 million, but we, a team who win the Champions League regularly, can't get a player worth more than 60 million now? Our players are worth less now than they were before we won the Champions League. It's very, very odd how our values are just utterly toilet. Which is frustrating. Yeah, we could try and put a bid in on Tex-Mex of like 10 mil. That would be just to piss them off more than anything else. But we won't do it like a suggest terms. We will do it like a make offer. And it's non-negotiable. Just be like, fuck you. Oh, that sucks. I mean, I don't really think... What is actually the question, though? Because I don't know what you really can do in that situation, right? Interwant Carpano. Carpano. Oh, they actually found another dude. It's called Sam, and he's... Oh, wow. Thanks very much. Well done, recruitment focuses. Coming up clutch, as always. Ranas. Right, go on. Oh, not quite, but... Also, when we get some scout reports through, we might actually have some quite interesting players to look at as well, because I was saving them for you lot. Which is probably nothing. I don't think there's much you can do, right? Dio's a better right. Yeah, actually, we have done that a few times. And vice versa, too. Just go right backless, exactly. Wait, what? Oh, has been withdrawn. Right, that scared the shit out of me then. Breakdown perhaps. I think it's just the game is really bad at reassessing values of players that come from leagues that are not traditionally large at the beginning of a save. And it doesn't seem to adjust the values properly long term. And I think it places way too much emphasis in the league's reputation over the club themselves. So, because we're the 6th best league in Europe as far as reputation goes, I suspect part of the reason that it kind of fucks us on that is because of that. But what I do find weird, though, is that we used to get much bigger bids on our players. I turned down a £200 million bid for Brandon Silva once, and now, be lucky if we get a £40 million bid on him, despite him being better and earning more money and having a bigger contract. And I think part of the reason is that when FM introduced this whole dynamic transfer values where they get bigger values based on the more interest there is in the player, when you reach a certain point, clubs stop being as interested in your players as they were before because they feel like they're not realistically going to be able to get them. But as a result, it technically tells the game that there's less interest and therefore the player is worth less, even though, of course, that's total crap. So I think there's kind of a double-edged sword to that, potentially. So Braga's in 4 days, so this is a rotation. Which actually means... I might do Sem up top. Sorry, not Sem. Durin. Just to keep things moving with that. And Wilson out wide. Teixeira can play there too. McCabe, Limuero. Yeah. That'll have to do. We could do that. It means it won't be dynamic. It will be realistic. Yeah, we could actually mess with that. But there's a lot of things we could do with Malta, and that's awesome. Because we're going to be able to basically set the entire thing up in FM23. And it's going to be dope. I'll give you number 12 for the few months that you're here. Go on, Kevin. You enjoy that number 12. Never adapt to living in Norway and asked to leave. I remember when I had that player who, I think it was in Nordic Nomads, who got homesick in Sweden. He was from Norway, had Swedish second nationality, but the towns they were from were like right next to each other on the border. Man just couldn't handle the culture shock. Unconscious effect at the very end of the game. That's true, actually. I think we'd have to be careful how we balance that. Because we want to make sure it doesn't get too unrealistic, but it's like hard to know because it's so fantasy and we're already messing with loads of other stuff at the same time, right? Evilosh, thank you very much for the follow. So another draw for us there as Halalash maintain us. Also, where did Ingram come from? He must... What is this against? Ah, yes, so it was Chichero was the one that wanted to leave. Yes, the plan is we're doing this in Malta next year. But we're going to be doing a lot more stuff to the database to make it more fun. Because fun is the most important thing. I've come to realise that I don't really care entirely about realism anymore. If the game doesn't care that much, neither do I, right? These more than one. You'd think so, right? He just gets there and just doesn't like Lutefisk immediately. They rejected it. That's rubbish. How about I just keep bidding on him, though? And how about I... specifically send Terra Maliwa. No, wait, hang on. Where's Dude 1? I'll send Dude 1. Because he's got big... Sorry, one dude. My apologies. I'm going to send him to watch him for 3 months. Play that. Oh, I know. Yes, the team we're hopefully going to do is Nashar Lions. Who are actually a top flight side, which is breaking my normal rule. But in Malta, it's like, you know, no matter who we manage, they're going to be rubbish in the grand scheme of things. So yeah, Nashar Lions is who I'm thinking of doing it with. Just to keep the red and white theme going. The theme I didn't even realise I had. Go a bit lower every time? It's kind of like doing a countdown. If you're not in bed by the time I count to 10, gets to the bottom and I'm doing like 1.5 million. We need to start audio. That's true, yeah. Hey, Espresso Cat, it's going well, my friend. How are you? So we're getting Hussein Mohsen, which I'm kind of excited about, actually. He'll go nicely for the loan farm. Don't know who to go on. Well, the great thing about this, right, IH, is that now you don't have to worry about the fact that with a new game coming out, you might not have a lot of time because FM23 saves are playable on FM24. So people can start building a nation now and not have to worry about the time frame, which I think is actually just amazing. Yeah, an Iraqi from an Iraqi club who's got 20 caps at the age of 19, so he must have some level of quality. He's got reasonably high rep, and I assume that's just because of his international appearances, right? But still... his attributes are actually fairly solid. Like, he's not good enough to play for us anytime soon, and probably never will. But, as a lone farmer, I'm excited. Also, I feel like the last 2 years we've played Braga, they were actually a pot 3 side this year. They've started to slip a little bit. No, what am I doing? Don't want that. Second tier, possibly. United want Van Dam. But look at this. United want Van Dam. Proving value for money. It doesn't even tell you the bloody amount. And he's worth 30 million pounds. Why is he worth 30 million pounds, right? But Barwick at Milan is 190 million pounds. It's just so utterly mental. Also, I love how United tried to loan him. Like, why would I loan you him? Dingley Swallows. Malta has some fantastic team names. No, it literally is the case. Right, okay. How about I drop the price down a little bit? So, Guide has signed a new deal. Yeah. We've got bids on Durin as well now. Genoa, nice. I feel like they wouldn't be able to promote it as such a key feature if it wasn't like nailed on. And it suggests, from what we can see in the blog post and from what they said to us, it seems like it's something they've been working on for years. And I've kind of, do you know what? My opinions have changed quite a bit, and I'm actually kind of willing to. I feel like the transparency they've given us lately has been really important for me getting more of a kind of giving them the benefit of the doubt and trusting that they know what they're doing on that kind of stuff. You know, we're to sell them out. Honestly, no. Well, other than like the flippy guys. Frankly. But we already sold Dylan Chambers, which was the key thing. That was the main one. Was selling Dylan was so important. Particularly with the deal that I got was actually outrageous. Might be one of the biggest muggings of the entire save. Work like databases. Well, that's what I'm thinking. That's why I feel like it's a safe bet that even if they do change some of the hard-coded loan rules, we might be able to use an FM23 save that doesn't have those to get around that potentially. So I feel like this is why I'm quite happy to say that Malta Building a Nation is on. It would take some mad shit for us to not be able to do our National Alliance. It might end up being the last Building a Nation save, but even if it is, we get one more year of it, and that's just kind of fun, right? Plus, that'll lead us perfectly into the beautifulness of FM25 with Unity and all the amazing shit that comes with that, right? Reason I'm... Oh, yeah. Dylan Del Hay. Jesus. Yeah, he's all right. He's a little bit all right. Dylan Del Hay. Oh, my God, he's good. Honestly, Broker player is a striker. Like, he's fast. He has insane composure. Really high bravery as well. Like, wonderful dribbling, finishing first touch. He's phenomenal. They paid £110 million and they've still got a good deal. Honestly. He's ridiculously good. And I feel like we're now in a market where we can actually start grabbing guys like that when they're like 15. Not 15, more like 17. Like we did with the PSG dudes, right? Rate my player, let's go. Santiago Perez, good name to start with. I recognise that face from one of my players. I swear, bloody, it was 20 years old. Solid. The vision. Like, great passing. Vision's a little low, but he is still only 20. That'll come in time. He's really good mentals as well. Mentals and physicals. Driven personality. Do you know what his media handling is? I actually suddenly now care about media handling. Oh, hang on. He was a centre-back? Yeah, no heading ability. Marking's actually pretty solid. Tackling's okay. I'd probably be playing him as a CM because he's got a little bit of defensive quality. It depends on your tactic, obviously. But he's one of those players that I love operating in the middle of the park. That's kind of mad that he was a centre-back. So we'll just keep doing that to mess with them. See what cups have got for us. Rubbish. We're beyond that now. Aha! Here we go. Right. Ooh, he does have Liberic tendencies. You're right. Okay, let me just get rid of some of the crap from this. Because there were some players I was just sending around again for no reason. But I saved a lot of the players. The reason there wasn't a huge number of guys that joined us in January is because for once I didn't actually go after them. I did look at Tom O'Malley. But the problem being with him, if I recall, he wanted too much money or he wasn't willing to talk to us yet. 60 grand a week. He's 33 though. And the problem with that, I'm just not sure about him, honestly. With what we already have in those roles, I'm just not sure if we need a 33-year-old joining the squad for a year at this point. A rock show. This guy already left and moved to club, so we don't need to have him on there anymore. Owen Brown. I tried to sign this guy from Atletico. Once again, he signed a new contract, but I thought there might be quite a good deal in there because he's a bit of an attribute merchant himself. But unfortunately, he's then upped with Atletico, which is a shame. So, La Vega. Solid to begin with, but I think he's probably a bit too much. Hey, Whoppers. price of the game? Honestly, they might do, but I don't think it would be purely down to the new engine. I think it would be more about the fact that game prices have increased. Game prices are weird because they're kind of static, and then they take these jumps because they can't really increase them every year in line with inflation. But at some point, they do kind of have to increase in price, just with inflation and whatnot. So I wouldn't care if they moved it up a tiny little bit anyway. £60, I think, would be a bit of too much of a jump. But if they push it up a little bit, it would be understandable. But I think if they went from where they are to that kind of price, then people would just be like, okay. Because what you're immediately saying to those people, the problem when you do any kind of price increase is you have to be able to justify it. And to be fair, with something like Unity, they kind of can in certain respects. But then, you know, you have to think, okay, am I getting this amount for my money? And to be fair, with FM, you kind of are, really. Vince needs to work on his heading ability. What's his heading currently? I'm not sure I like that guy. I'll get rid of that one. But there's some definite quality in here. I don't know if I'm doing it from the bottom up. Harduke Striker. Oh, yes. Right, okay. So this was a guy who was doing quite well for them in, I believe, the Europa League. So I thought I'd take a little gander at him. And the one problem I have with him is that £5.2 million is a good amount, but it's the red injury prone that is kind of... Yeah. Lawalu, thank you for the follow. And Mitsakos, thank you for the follow. Thank you very much for the follows, my friends. It's very kind. I just don't know if I'd want to pay £5 million for a guy who's got red injury prone. Because that seems to be like a real... Tallest non-goalkeeper. I believe it was a 6'7" centre-back that we looked at last stream. Ringo starter. Nah, I don't want to spend £5.2 million on him, honestly. That's really what it comes down to. I'll get to that lookup in a second, though. Just want to have a look through some of these. Problem with players like that is they're just going to costing too much money. They'll want like £3 million, and it's just... do I want to pay that kind of money? Was it Desire Drogba? I think it was Desire Drogba, actually, yeah. I might just be able to show you. Yeah. I think you're right. Yeah, it was this guy, Desire Drogba. 6'8" striker. And it's called Desire Drogba. What more do you want, eh? Yeah, I don't mind a bit of injury prone, but red injury prone is where we're looking like 18 to 20 injury proneness, probably. And that is just... Yeah. Oh, dear. 500k from MK Dons. 45 in 30. Jesus Christ. I love how we've still got just all these random pictures of the fucking lion. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, is he going to score 20 goals for us, or is he going to tear his cruciate in both knees? Like, that's the tough part. Not sure. Wait, did I actually even look at this guy? Attribute makeup's just a bit mid. Not sure I'm a big fan of it, honestly. 201 centimeter, damn. Set pieces break. Always set pieces break down. Move every player money. Unfortunately, set piece stuff in FM is very bad. I.e., it makes it... To give you an idea, for example, we actually conceded like a goal that I believe ended up costing us a place in the next round of the Champions League at one point. Because for some reason, the game had decided that a player that shouldn't have been taking a throw-in was, even though we had 3 players set to stay back. It then randomly decided that we didn't need to leave anybody back, even though there was 4 Liverpool players, I believe it was, that were stayed forward for them, meaning that we conceded a goal on the counter-attack that was completely avoidable, and also specifically contravened the instructions that I had set for it. So, unfortunately, set pieces need a complete rework, and I really hope we see a set piece overhaul for FM24. Basically. Ah, yes, I was looking through some old tweets earlier because I was trying to find something else, and I noticed that tweet when I tweeted about the fact that we missed out on the Champions League knockouts that time because our head-to-head was worse than 2 other teams, except we'd never played them. And neither had they. Just absolute nonsense. Dominic Lerner. This was the Lichtsteiner dude. If he wasn't so ludicrously expensive, I'd actually be kind of interested because he has quite nice attributes, but I'm not paying £10 million for the privilege. Austrian players are really good, but they're just so expensive. If we find like a genuine monster, then I'll pay that kind of price, but I just won't for someone that's like that kind of level. And this was a decent dude that came out of Ludogorets as well, but it's like, that's a lot of cash. And usually with Bulgarian sides, you'll either pay 5 million or like 50 grand. Remember all the really cheap Bulgarians we had last time? Belgian dude, it's kind of just a bit mid. Yeah, Sturmgrads have been killing it. But now we're starting to get towards some of the slightly better players, potentially. Fake German. Gomez. Yeah. Saves. They go have 1 year. Nah. Bear in mind, the length of time the save would take is not my lack of motivation for doing a San Marino Gibraltar save. The lack of motivation comes from just not really being asked about doing one. I just don't really care that much about them. I think they're a bit kind of... It's probably the hipster in me being like, well, everyone just does those saves. And I don't think I'd be able to add anything new to a save with San Marino or Gibraltar. Whereas I feel like with Malta, it's a league that people just don't touch very often. And I feel like it'd be cool to shine some light on that. What small amount of light and influence I do have, it would be cool to shine that towards the Maltese league for a little bit, you know? Plus, I'd really like to go out to Malta. That would be kind of fun too. I just find Malta's a fascinating country to me. Like, all the historic shit there is actually dope. Ralph Stoltz. What we got? Big hipster isn't enough. I'm a hipster's hipster. I have my sleeves rolled up on a short sleeve shirt. Like, come on. Also, I think I need to buy some smaller shirts. These are actually starting to get a bit balloony now, and it's both good and also annoying at the same time because I haven't had them very long. He's actually decent, but not 11 million pounds good. Moussa Cisse. Again, solid. Actually not amazing with some of this stuff here, but not 13 million pounds good. Yeah, this is all Austrians because we're now into the proper thick of it, i.e. the proper scouting has now come back around, so it's going to be big clumps from different nations. So this report is just going to be loads of Austrians and Belgians, essentially, and a few guys from before, like this guy, Angulo, who is... He's fine, I guess. Like, doesn't implore me to want to buy him. That's the issue. Fernandez... It's a similar kind of story. He's just... They're just not that great. Claudio Raposo. He's £9 million, though, with him. What a weird player. He's very much an attacking mid. Like, you cannot play him any deeper than here. But it's like, do we need him right now? When we've got Nunez, Ingram, Carpenu, and various other players, actually, including Durin and Bobby, that could even play in that attacking midfield role. And I don't know if I'd want to spend £10 million on a Brazilian here, although we'll keep him on the list just in case. Might be able to get him on a free, potentially. Yeah, Belgium is super strange. Remember, we did get Kirchhoff for like 6 mil, so it can be done. This guy's not as good as I thought. Or is he? Hang on. Wait, I've just realised that some of these guys are still unreasonable, and I haven't actually been scouting them properly. All right, okay, right. Before we go any further, I am excited about one player. This guy here. Guy from Bohemians Praha. Czech Republic. £7 million maybe, right? Martin Koda. Get ready for this one, chap. Now he's the kind of player I don't mind dropping a bob or two on. Minimum, I mean, he could potentially be like a 15, 15, 16 on those. He's got great jumping reach, even a 13. I mean, great mentals, even has an okay weak foot, 6'1". He's absolute tastiness. In fact, to be honest, even though we can't see his personality, which obviously means we can't see his media handling either, I kind of... Do you want to just punt on him now? I feel like I kind of just want to punt on him. Even if he's at the lower end of where he is, I still think he's that good, honestly. John Papp, thank you for the follow. I know, I won't be managing the national team in Malta. National teams just don't really appeal to me. Because they just don't really... Like, they don't affect the save, and it just slows everything down and kind of makes it a bit crap a lot of the time. Not prepared to sell him mid-season. So they're probably going to want quite a lot of money because it is mid-season. Let's see how much they actually want. That's fine. I know I could probably get him a bit cheaper, but I kind of just want to get him now. 4.9 million. Dubbed as the next someone. Oh, interesting. Who was he the next someone of? Next, Miroslav Kadlec. Oh, Kadlec was a decent player. Yeah, literally. I think I'll next do international management if there's an overhaul of international for... If there is for 24, actually, I'd maybe consider it. So maybe. I'm not ruling it out, but I'm also really very unlikely to make it a priority. It might be something we do towards the end of the save, maybe. And it's just like, I don't know. I think they kind of have to do something with international management like that, right? Are we sure it's the real name? Well, it's a triple barrel, which means almost certainly not. Martin Berkser-Wara. My God. Oh, actually, good. He's got high professionalism. So that's good news. So he would probably be a really good player to have. Will actually develop really nicely. So that's good news. That's a player that's actually okay. 6'4". Yeah, I guess the thing is with him, he's very expensive. Probably wouldn't even talk to us yet, right? We actually would. It's just, I don't know if I'd want to spend £8 million on him at this stage. I really like NFFC. It's I'll shortlist him for the moment. Bellingham's got a new contract with United, right? Yeah, so we'll have to keep an eye. I think Bellingham ends up actually... Oh, I should have sent him to Gonzalo. You're right. Yeah. Crap. That's my bad. Right. The one Austrian guy that I was slightly intrigued by was this guy, Fabian Westendorf. Although now that I look at him, he at least has high professionalism. Kajam! Thank you for the follow. He's decent. But again, it's like... Sometimes you just, you know, when you see a player and you go, the game is telling me this guy is decent, and I'm looking at him and I'm going, I'm just not sure I see it with him. Like, whereas someone like Pavone, it's telling me the same kind of thing, but I'm more interested in someone like Pavone than him. Because he's got that double weak, like, good on both feet, which means we can retrain him to play the other side. Fairly professional, level-headed, which is okay. Removed him from the shortlist. Oh, did I? Fuck. Oh, well. It'll come back around again. They always do. Is he willing to talk to us yet? Ah, he is. Right. I'd much rather spend that same amount of money on Alejandro Pavone. Because he's been run over by Gonzalo a few times. Some of the mentals are a little bit iffy, but also they're not things that are super important for him. Media handling. Ooh, yes. Good point, Titch. I will talk to Saz. Because, yeah, getting media handling under here would be a really dope feature now that I've realised how much media handling actually matters. Or not so much it matters, but the things it tells you matter. This is my latest thing I'm now obsessed with. Essentially. Cheers, Max. Cheers, FM Guru. Yeah, let's... This might end up costing us upwards of 10 million, but I feel like it'd be probably worth it. Or not. 4.8 for him is a steal. As for Liam Cooper, though, like, again, I like this guy because he's got... That first touch is the one thing that worries me with him. You know how bad goalkeepers can be sometimes, and I feel like it's their first touch that sometimes costs them. There's this guy as well, Jean-Jacques Loustalet, which is an amazing name, but, yeah, he's a bit beyond our reach, even with how good he is, sadly. Prefer international football to club football in real life. Ooh. I suppose so, in a way, right? I do quite like international football, but only when it comes to, like, major tournaments. Like, if you ask me to rank, like, my favourite football to watch, World Cups and Euros is still number one. Like, because there's something special about the country, honestly, when you're in the middle of either a European Championship or a World Cup. There's just something awesome about it that's just better for me than club football. But I see what you mean, though. Right, we'll get rid of these because I don't really want you progressing too much. Well, I do, but just not... at the expense of other stuff. 23. So we're from like 25. Then, oh, hang on. Then it'll be okay. Who plays individually shitting up on a pitch? Yeah. Get some of the summer. Oh, God, over the summer. Christ, I don't know, actually. Maybe have a look. Quite a lot of people, obviously, because it's us. Let me just... dump in a relegation release because that should be enough. There we go. Nice. Oh, the winter. Oh, winter was no one. The only player I sold of note over the winter was Dylan Chambers to Man United for £60 million with a 50% of next sale fee. Most importantly. Probably 10 a.m. Yeah, it's not the pinnacle of the game, but it's for me, it's still one of the most enjoyable things. Wow, squad player? Oh, God, not another one of these weapons. I think my plan with him is we're going to have to piss him off. And then I'll do the whole, oh, I can give you a loan. I think that's all I really can do there. It's annoying, though, like, that he'd want that. It's like, you're 17, bro. Stop asking for so much. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, we start an hour earlier. It's a Sunday. I start at 10 o'clock on Sundays. I just really like international football when it comes to the actual tournaments themselves. Some of my best footballing memories are watching football matches at major tournaments. Like, I very rarely remember where I... Wow, fucking hell. How? Is he literally just going to be on the lowest end of everything? Nah. He's still good. Jovial, unflappable. Okay, good. Still has high professionalism. There's still a great player there. I'm convinced. Just a little bit disappointed in the lack of potential. That could change, admittedly. Like, I remember so much more about international tournaments. Yeah, I'm not super asked about Nations League or even qualifying stuff, but national tournaments, like, I remember watching England at the 98 World Cup on my parents' living room floor. I remember watching the 2002 World Cup, England losing to France in a French classroom at school at like 7 in the morning and some shit like that. I remember watching England beat Ukraine like 5-0 in the Euros last time around at Viking's house. And it was one of the first times I'd seen him since the sort of lockdown restrictions were dropped, you know? Things like that. It was just little things with international football just seemed to mean more to me. I don't know. A French classroom. Yeah. 7-1. Yeah, so I remember the 7-1 as well, actually. Yeah. So I was actually at home watching that in bed. I wasn't very well. Pog was at uni at the time, so we weren't living together. And she was watching it in like the SU bar, and I remember saying to her at the time, because she was just watching it going, well, this is fun, isn't it? Like 7-1, that's kind of mad. And I was just like, no, you don't understand. You don't understand what's going on here. This is something that you are likely to never see again. So literally drink it in, because you are probably never going to see anything like this ever again. It is one of those like moments. Player IQ work aren't showing up. Oh, that's strange. Bear in mind, you have to have it has to be one of your players that you have knowledge of. This is just an indication of like anticipation, concentration, and then decisions. And it just takes the colours out of your skin. That's all it does. So clubs to kind of make offer for Coda, but stop hiding. I know you're there. There you go. Don't be cheeky. Actually, wait, no, I won't do that. I'll do it like this. Because there's probably some other players that I need to offer up for loans anyway. Wow, we've really... Oh, no, hang on. There it is. Wonder where they've gone. I will try and offer out Sem, but unfortunately, when I do, the only offers we get for him are from clubs that obviously we don't want to sell it to, like Manchester United, for example. Yeah, I probably watched some of the Women's World Cup, honestly. It's just that I just wish I could get one of the shirts, but they said they won't be doing them in men's sizes, and it's like, that seems strange. We were talking about this the other day. Why would you cut off half the market like that? Like, people, stop telling me where to spend my money, damn it. I want to give you money. Please stop making it difficult. Regular starter. Honved are building a really good side of young players from us. I think them and Kekschmidt are going to be the next two that break out like Haladash do. Oh yeah, I forgot about Maurice. So get Maurice as well. Yeah, the Japan ones. I really like the German one as well. It looks amazing. We've got the forest on me. On the chest part. It's so sick. Like, why would you not do them in men's... It just makes no sense. Boom. MTK, treat us nicely, please. Be kind. I'm just going to keep dropping this even more. Right, okay. We've literally progressed a single week today, by the way. That's how long we've gone. Right, who's actually available for this game? I'm concerned. Please tell me we've got Yamin back. Oh, thank God. Okay. Yamin and Velasquez is fine. Wait, when did Gacic get injured? I will not hesitate to start Yuri Shvida. Like, he's actually really good these days. Send us all the Wonder Kids. We need them. So, Ingram's back. Baumeister Silva, Bobby, Velasquez, Yamin, but that way around. Sogos, Teixeira? If we're going to do that, we'll do that. FIFA and men's sizes. Really? Oh, have you got a link? I'm curious, because I really do want one of them. At least one of them, actually. They're so sick. Yeah, for some reason before I saw something about them not being available in men's sizes. Although, admittedly, the... Ah, nice. Where's the Germany one? Hang on. Can you filter by country? Nice. Here we go. They seem to have some of them, but most of them they don't. Because that's the women's size one. But there's no men's version. What about Spain? Oh, Japan had a cool one, didn't they? Sold out. I feel like if they were sold out, they'd still be there, though, wouldn't they? I don't know. It seems like some of them are and some of them aren't. I wonder if that's a decision made by the manufacturers. So maybe that's like the... Yeah, bear in mind, when I say size, I mean the cut. Obviously, they are different cuts. Because they suit slightly different body types. Fabi FBS, thank you very much for the follow. If I was more busty, I'd be totally fine with it, but I'm just sadly not. Yeah, we'll put Teixeira right back, and then Darla can play in the middle with Monty, because I'm guessing that means that Van... Oh yeah, Van Damme's suspended, isn't he? Cool. Holger Beadle. What a great first name that is. Childbearing hips. In it. Get a bit... Oh, what? I'm doing the opposite of that at the moment, Sean. Also, how's it going? Do not get between me and these shirts. Well, I found the Gas Boys shirt yesterday. Pog and I were doing a little bit of a try-on session, just me trying to get into my some of my older shirts just to see what fits and what doesn't, to get an idea of what we can just throw away and also what I can get into soon. And we found the Gas Boys shirt. Yeah, not getting into it just yet, but we're getting there. And I'm going to have to call up Tarsky again. Do me a big favour, Tarsky. There we go. Thank you, sir. Oh, wait. Yeah, there we go. Norwegian striker, 200 PA available on a free. What the hell? Also, how do you know his PA? Holy shit. That's outrageous. Did he just randomly spawn by himself or something? That's astonishing. Debrecen already losing. Haladash. Honestly, what we need to be keeping an eye on is this. Can Haladash stay in the top 24? That's what it comes down to. Oh, fair one. Velasquez into the box. Driving through bodies. Oh, outside of the foot. Those never seem to go in. We really do need to win this game. They were in the second tier, Earth9. They're one of the better sides in the second tier, so they were expected to gain promotion, which of course we did. But yeah, they start second tier. Apparently it's Adidas that won't sell some other countries in men's size. What kind of nonsense is that? But yeah, all the best ones I liked were Adidas kits. Why would they not sell them in men's, like, cut? It's just so strange. I bet they presumably they sell the men's shirts in women's cut, wouldn't they? So why would they not do it the other way around? Very odd. The only reason I even knew about that in the first place because I saw some random TikTok of some like some girl, I don't know who she was just weirdly gloating about it as if it's a good thing that you're excluding half the market from participating in the sport that you allegedly want to grow. Just seems strange to me. Particularly the Adidas kits are really nice. That's the most frustrating thing. They've made the best kits for me. Yeah, they're so sick. Well, that's exactly it. Some women prefer the unisex ones as well, from what I've heard. You know, I mean, the more generic cut with the less tight part around the hips. How has that not got in the net, by the way? Hi, Sunday League called. They want their goalmouth scramble back. Damn right, Millennium. They've had their way for long enough. We better bloody win this game now, because we'll get huge bonus points for winning the Champions League group. And all we need to do to achieve that is to win the match. Teixeira, in the box. Oh, for God's sake. This is not looking great, is it? Oh, Orsone. Yeah, I recognise that name. I believe they're either second or third tier in Norway, right? We definitely used to play friendlies against them with Tromsø. Bobby Tree, back for Brandon Silva. He's into the box. He's gone for goal, and that's gone wide as well. Icy Primate, thank you very much for the 6 months. How are you, my friend?
Morning. Just about. Hope all's well.
All is very good. Although I'm a bit worried that we might be about to get fucked in this game against Braga and end up not winning the Champions League group because of it. Oh, we do need to win this, though. Because we've actually got a distinct points gap, which means that all we have to do is win the game. It doesn't matter about goal difference. We just win the match, and we are going to get those extra points. Silva. Sogos again. Not fouled again. Braga are just fouling us repeatedly now. Sogos again. Pulls it across. And Bobby Tree knocks it in. And Baumeister finally puts it over the line. A mystery football kit. Actually, I still haven't had a chance to show you this. But when we were down at SI last weekend, we were very kindly presented with SI-produced mystery box gifts with random football shirts that were prepared in our sizes when we got there. And we just picked a random box off the table. This keeper's having a lovely time. And I am now the proud owner of a Cheltenham Town shirt, which I definitely didn't think was a Morecambe shirt until Tom corrected me. But I don't know where it's gone. I need to find it so I can show you. It's a really nice shirt, actually. It's an Areo one. And I really like their kits. So we finally get the breakthrough here, which is the key. But now we can turn our attention to Haladash with the horrible Cheltenham. But I think it might be. I'm not sure. It's the more like generic looking one. The one that looks a tiny bit like the Morecambe one. Not enough, though, really, to me to make that mistake. Oh, God. Is this going to be another one of these first shot on target? The Taskmaster kit. I don't know what that is. No, it's not got Taskmaster on the sponsorship, if that's what you mean. Baumeister sliding through. Oh, Kenny's on one now. Oh, ball in. Bobby Tree's head at bottom corner. Bang. Everyone else get... Right. Christ. I know Clate's got a TNS one because Zealand was livid. Jack got an Atalanta one, which was dope. There was no sponsor on it or everything. It was, yes, a really sick Atalanta shirt. Oh, Christ, I'm trying to think who everyone else got. You'd have to ask him. I can't remember who everyone else got. Christ, who did Tom get? It's going to bug me now. Oh, speaking of kits, actually, Fulham released their home kit now. What is he got? I don't know what. I can't remember what one Zealand got. I genuinely can't remember. No, I can't remember. You have to ask him. Yeah, Tony got a Torino one, yeah. I don't remember seeing that, actually. That's kind of sick. What did Alice get? I wasn't with Alice when we opened them. We were standing outside having a beer and a smoke. Celtic. I don't know if it was Celtic. Yeah, not sure. I don't know who else most of the others guys got. Benevento. Oh, that's kind of dope, actually, yeah. I'm surprised I didn't see that, actually. It's bright enough. Is it the red and red stripes one? Or is that not Benevento? I forget. What was I going to say? Yes, Fulham released their new home kit, and other than the definitely dodgy Asian-facing betting company on the kit, other than that, it's actually a really nice kit. However, I am much more excited for Fulham's new away kit because I've heard rumours that we're getting a pink away kit. Because I think the reason is because so many people bought the pink training kit that we had this year. And I believe we're now getting a pink away kit for Fulham. And I will be all over that shit. M. Braga, thank you for the follow. It's funny you say that as we're actually playing Braga right now. Yeah, I can't wait till we have none of that crap anymore. Honestly, it's going to be so much better. Oh, we do have to worry a little bit about goal difference. I didn't realise Bayern were doing so well there. Halash. Oh, crap. Halash are 25th. They're going to lose out by a single spot, aren't they? Yeah, a company that you literally cannot even open an account with in the UK. Oh. I don't really like ones with betting sponsors on at all. Which is why I kind of wanted the Fulham training top last year because it was World Mobile instead. And it was pink. And I think that's why a lot of people bought it. Mitro isn't happy that Cousin and Glenn is Vince, to be fair. It's Mitro. He's unhappy about something. As always. But I actually kind of like the asymmetric colours on the shoulders. And I'm glad we're sticking with Adidas because I really do like Adidas kits. They're my favourite. Halash in 25th. So what do we need to happen? Stade Rennais are winning, I think. And Porto are doing something good as well. And we can't really fucking see it, can we? I'm so annoyed. I think that Halash are going to end up coming bloody 25th. It's 2-0 to Liverpool now, which means that they need something else to happen. Crap. Who's Villa's sponsor? Oh, BK8. Are they another one of these random sponsors like W? Because we had W88 last year, which was the one I wanted to avoid, who is yet another of these shady companies. Schmieder's done a good job today. Admittedly, he hasn't had to do a great deal, but what he has had to do, he's done solidly, so I'm happy with him. A little disappointed that we've only scored a couple of goals here, though. Ingram looks like he could do with a rest. And maybe Carp there to Chera for... fuck it, we'll do that too. Actually, no, now that we've got that, we can do that. And God, our bench is still kind of tiny. I might get Blaz up front for a little bit. Try him out, right? Oh, yes, that I remember that. Fulham had a partner last year that quite literally was like... almost like a pyramid scheme based in Africa that we'd done no research into and just took their money. Luckily, there was a brilliant investigation by, I believe, Philippe Auclair of, I believe, the Times or the Guardian that exposed it enough to the point where we had to drop them. And that was really good to see. Like, because, yeah, I hate that crap. Oh, God, he's coming through. Good interception. In fact, now the breakaway chance. Here we go. Look at the space out wide for Baumeister. He's gone the other way for some reason, but now Silva should just be able to plant the ball. Bobby trees through, and that's a great counter-attacking play. Bobby grabs another one. Is that going to be offside? Nope, that's onside. Cool. Steak. Oh, God, yeah. Love it. It probably would, yeah. Oh, hello. What tactical change did I just make? Sure. That was a lovely counter-attack, though. Great work from Silva. I thought he was going to pass it to Baumeister, but just slotting it through the middle. Bobby's done really well since coming back into the team. And I feel bad for Blasdurin, honestly. Right. How's it going? Are they still getting screwed? Yep. Ah, oh, damn it. It has to be because of Stade Rennais. Or Porto. One of those two teams is winning when they shouldn't be. Everton streams on Kick. Oh, yeah, because Stake own Kick, don't they? Oh, he's nearly missed it. I love how many footballers are buying clubs now. Like, there was Wilf Sahar and someone else was buying Enfield, weren't they? And now Kante's bought a Belgian side. When's our chance? Pre-match shirt. Ooh, I haven't seen that one, actually. That looks... I'll have to get a look for that. So to find really cheap Wonder Kids. The same thing I've been doing the whole time. The team reports. That's the one. Oh, Croydon, not Enfield. Oh, it was a Harris Stormzy ball. I thought it was Enfield. For some reason I thought it was Enfield. Don't know why. But yeah. Oh, what about that from Carpenu? Close enough. It's London. About Hashing United and their kits. I know they were moving away from their kit sponsor. I saw that. Oh, not sponsor, like manufacturer. Ooh. £55 for a pre-match jersey. Christ on a bike, Fulham. Do you want the shirt off my back as well? I'm not sure about that. I don't know if I like the camo style ones, honestly. Sponsored by WWE. Why not, eh? Cool. Lost 400 teams. Well, that's not good. But yeah, if you... The best way to find the young Wonder Kids for me at the moment is the team reports setup. That's how we're finding most of them. And it also prevents your scouts from having to do loads of extra work as Blaz now bangs in another goal. Blaz is a good player. I think, really, at the moment, he's definitely the man behind Bobby. Like, he proved himself at Ferencváros, and so far this season, he has proved himself when he's had to step in. Like, he gets into the right places at the right time, and he's got that finishing instinct. I could see him getting 30 goals for us this season, even in spite of maybe not starting so much in this second half of the year. Just with how good he was in the first half of the year. Haladash moved up to 24th again. Stade Rennais have been equalised against. No! Oh, fuck me. You all saw the same thing I did. It dropped back down to 25th right at the last second. Who overtook them? I don't think it was Stade Rennais, was it? Oh, we needed that. Yeah, it'll be some 94th minute goal. 25th. It was PSV Eindhoven. It was PSV. It'll be some 95th minute nonsense.
This is where I parked my car.
Wait, what? Hang on. No, what was it? Was it FC Copenhagen? No, who was it? Did Porto concede? Hang on, how did they suddenly end up 25th? I'm trying to work out who overtook them. Was it Red Bull Salzburg? Salzburg lost 4-0. So at no point would that have made any difference, right? So how did they end up in 24th for a spot? No, their goal difference is better. But remember, it can't be on goal difference because they are literally... there is a points gap. So how the hell did they suddenly go to 24th? No, it can't be head-to-head. They don't have the same points as any team around them. But I don't know how it can be PSV. Because PSV were already 2 goals to the good. Oh, Leverkusen? Ah, Leverkusen, yes. I didn't see that. They were too far up. Yep, 86-minute winner. It was Leverkusen. Fuck's sake. They were so close. Ah, shit. Scouting Season 1. Season 1, I wouldn't even bother with any scouting. Season 1, I would just look at loans and free transfers from agent offers. That's what I tend to do anyway. That's so irritating. And obviously, Debrecen fucked it. Oh, they actually got a point. Oh, that was in the last round, wasn't it? God damn it. Cats and Ginger Zaffy. Still a chance. There is literally not still a chance. It is literally impossible. That was the last match. They cannot qualify. Fuck. That's very frustrating. They did well there. That's the problem is that's gonna really cost us in terms of coefficients. On the plus side though, we won. So that's gonna give us a big boost because we're gonna get the bonus points for winning the Champions League group, which is something. If we beat PSV, you're right, yeah, if we hadn't have had that nonsense against PSV, they would have got through. The only game that we... Oh, that's so annoying. If this game... Where is it? This one here. If this game is a win for us, which, let's be honest, it probably should have been, then they would have gone through. But yeah, that's what I would do, Fel, at that point. Right, so we got Kishvada on the Thursday. They're still on the bubble. They probably need another point. What do you reckon? They get 25th as well? I can actually see that happening. I can see Kishvada coming 25th too. Because they've got 8 points going into the final match day as well. Oh, God. It's good to see that they've done a lot better than we've had recently. But remember that time when Kishvada or Debrecen or whatever came 13th in the Champions League group? Arsenal want Jurek. No, you can't have him. Real Madrid want Romero. Same story. More of these guys getting some qualifications now, which is good. Make them slightly less awful. Kishvada hosts Schalke. So. No, there's no dropping down at all. Kishvada sit 21st with 8 points. But they play against 7th place Schalke. Also, shout out Midtjylland. Also, where are Man City? Oh, they're 4th. But still, 4th, Man City. Who are going to win the whole thing, aren't they? Yeah, not Bentner, obviously. Man's got a lot more studying to do before he's ever going to get there. It's going to take him at least another 20 seasons, I suspect. If they get a draw, they'll be fine. But I have a horrible feeling they're going to come 25th as well. And we're just going to have one of those seasons. Carpenu, that'll be fine. I'll just tell him that... Oh, no, I can't. There we go. Yeah, I can't tell him about Blad Durin because the problem with that is he's not high enough influence in the group so that they care what he does. How is he surplus to requirements? No, he has actually made 9 substitute appearances. I really need to play him more. Wait, what? Bloody hell. Ferencváros have just sold Serkan Urza to United for £50 million. And that right there is why we give them players on permanent deals, so they can do shit like that. I love that he's actually still worth less than he was at Ferencváros. So Ferencváros have now got absolute moon money. Yeah. What? How have you only... That must have been in installments. How have they... Yeah, I think we might have to advance there. I hope so, because that's ridiculous. Can't put it off. But yeah, apparently they've got a situation with the board where only no % of that money actually goes to them, apparently. I feel like Ferencváros sell their players for quite big money a lot, but it's good to see those kind of deals actually happening, though. Those kind of deals are so good for Hungarian football because I trust them to actually bring in good players and make sensible decisions. None of that's happening. AK. Ooh, yes. Oh, what a first name that is. Alcaviadis. Alcaviadis? Dukakis. Don't know about the rest of it there, but... Hey, Icarus! The last week's been good. I mean, I don't know where you last saw, actually, but we got the older... The cheeky... 3 teams in the... 3 Hungarian sides in 3 European finals in the same season. And this year, we've just had Haladash get knocked out of the Champions League by a late goal from Leverkusen. So they came 25th yet again. It's not gone the well. But hopefully, January, this date here, when it gets to the end, we're going to see Kishvada at least in the knockouts. And at least we'll have 4 teams in the knockouts. Which is only 1 less than last year. Real Madrid want Van Dam. I did consider it, but the problem is the price is just terrible for someone like Van Dam. He's clearly quality. I'd love to find him alone, but unfortunately, even he is still too good for some of the other sides. Wow, 59 million. That's a massive jump up. I'm still not good enough. Like Kishvada with a 1-1 draw. That should be enough, honestly. That's 9 points. They should be fine with that. Yeah, 23rd. Kishvada get through. 2 good results. In fact, they would have actually got through it if they'd lost. So as a result, Kishvada do get in. Downside is they could get Konyaspor or Shakhtar or Club Brugge. Yeah, they've actually not only lost 1 game, and that was against Sevilla. They've only won 1 game, which was against Villarreal, but those 6 draws have really done them the business. Yeah, true, we don't ever want Konyaspor because of what happens, well, every time we play Konyaspor. Everyone he plays. Maybe. We could try it. He doesn't play very often, of course, but United are just not having that, are they? Yeah, we've got Ferencváros and Újpest in the Conference League. Ferencváros have got an extra round to go through, which is actually okay. Because they came 9th, and Újpest came like 3rd, won every single game. They only didn't win it because Newcastle got more goal difference than them. So they're killing it. Right, let's do the... yeah, Europa... City have been really weird in this save. It's kind of mad that they'd qualify for the Europa League. Just when you think about how many English sides get into the Champions League, the fact that City didn't make it. This is the season. I mean, we've got 2 strong sides in the Europa. Let's actually look at the Conference League setup, right? Newcastle are the favourites, presumably. Other than maybe Atalanta and Betis, nobody else worries me. Ruskin with a gifted sub to Earth9. Thank you very much, friend. Did I accept the Durin offer? What? No, I didn't. Fucking scared the shit out of me then. I thought I'd... No, I didn't. I stalled it. Oh, and Ruskin, thank you very much for the gifted sub to And as well. That's really, really nice of you, man. I hope you're having a lovely morning. Yeah, the UI can go a bit glitchy like that. I always stall them just because it stops them from putting more bids in as fast. Yeah, Ferencváros got quality. I mean, they are going to be missing a striker now, annoyingly, but how much is Callum McCabe work? I never actually looked at. He'll be an alright flip. Oh, is he already wanted? Oh, then yes. By all means. Don't know if they'd want him now, but we'll try, right? Can't go wrong. They could have someone like that. Yeah, if only they could have Sem. Oh, okay, we're getting Pavoni as well. Right, so there they go. There they go. Can I even do next season? Yes, I can. Good. I've started putting these in when the clubs come in like this. Oh, imagine. Just out of interest. Who's Sem wanted by? Yeah, it's just those teams, unfortunately. Even though he's on the dev list, I think even they consider him too good for them, which is disappointing. Yeah, I think they need a distinct colour for that, like a yellow or something. Or even like that orange they use in the contract screens. Just to make it a little bit more clear. Oh, Blaz is trading well too, which is nice. I mean, he is genuinely spectacular. And I think he might be the successor to Bobby at the moment. Still going to continue to pester United here. Register players for the last stages. Okay, who can I put in that actually matters? I mean, Sarsenadas for a start. Immediately. Because we need an extra guy in that position. Let me just make sure I get rid of unavailables so we can see any extra ones. Mihal's got that serious injury with the thigh muscle gone, which is why we've been a little bit light in that position as well. Ortegoza. Do you know what? His skull. Interesting that you say that, actually, because I've actually traced my family lineage quite a lot, and it doesn't actually go Slavic at all. It's actually quite deeply Scandinavian, specifically Finland, interestingly. But there you go. What a wonderful first time chat to have. I'd like to see your skull. Unfortunately, you're now on a list. Not my list. I don't make the rules. Maybe take Yakutake as well in there for a bit of that. This is Slaz of the North. Maybe so. Up to the second team. Often out a few days after. Hang on. Right. Schuber. What's this? I'm intrigued. So hang on. On the dev list for a while, not getting any offers, try moving them up to the second team or down if they're on the main team, and try offering them out after a few days while stay on the dev list. Do they really? Oh, you haven't just figured out some way to make even more loans coming at me, because if you have, my friend, we might need a new loan video at this rate. I'll put Ortegoza in there as well, because why not, right? Since we can, that'll probably do. We don't really need McCabe because he's going to go Ferencváros. We don't want Nick Jonas's passage or Rocky Room in there too. Okay. So basically, okay, let's try this out then. So guys on the loan list that are dev listed right now that don't have offers for them. So Never Jam, he's got a bid. These guys are all domestic, like younger players. So there's these guys as well. Shvida I don't want to send out on loan. Ortegoza I kind of don't want to do that anymore now. So if I dump all of these guys into the second team. Intriguing. You'll have to remind me in a few days to check back. We'll check back. How many days would you reckon? Like, how long should we leave it until we have a little look again? Because I want to... This is fascinating to me. I mean, I don't know if it's going to work with someone like Sem, but I wonder why that would work. Try looking at interesting 2 to 3. Okay, let's just have a little look. back now, even though it's just bad. That guy's actually already got one. I don't know. He might have had that before, in fairness. You need to put it back to available loan. You get offers. Really? Oh, I'm loving this new little trying to figure out some new shit. We'll try this one first. Failing that, we'll try this other idea that Bill's had. Yeah, we'll just play whatever system they want to play. We'll put Durin in because Bobby needs a rest, and it's about time we played. Oh, Bobby's actually going to play anyway. Bobby off the left. He could probably do a pretty solid job there. Yeah, no, I love testing shit like this out. Because if we can find a way to get even more of the loan farm out, then I don't even know what to say. Oh, my apologies. I missed that Southampton look up ages ago. I think that might have been when we were looking through the the scouting reports. I will do that in a second. 2-0 win. Patrice and Singram, would you believe it, scores again. To the surprise of nobody. Oh, hang on. A Cypriot. Oh, no, not Cypriot. He's Greek. Ilias Kalintiris. Also, for some reason, don't know why I thought he would be Cypriot, considering they are a Greek side. Right. Let's check on Saints. Oh, was there a particularly lettery man? I'll have to check in a second. So Southampton currently are obviously Premier League. Don't have a lot of money in the bank. Let's see. See if we can find a player that's been at the club a while. I don't know. Never mind. I have no competition. No, in the league we don't. But it's better than it could have been. We're not exactly running away with it like we used to in certain other saves. So he's been there 6 years. I think Southampton have just been a really steady Premier League side throughout most of this save. It doesn't appear that they've had any real flirtations with relegations. They've got some okay players as well. I think we've actually sold a couple of guys to them in the past too, which would usually indicate that they were there as well. Right, okay. Was it the 1st of February that we did it? We'll just keep checking it every day until like maybe the 6th. And then if we did that point... Actually, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll check every day until the 6th. If there's no real changes there, then we'll try this other method. Palacios now has a interested. I think probably I should take advantage of these while I'm here as well. Like while we're
34 months.
Big man on campus.
Glad to
Chuck.
support the content that has been so good. Hope you are well.
I'm terrific, my friend. How are you? Let's try those two out right now. How's it going, man? Are you excited about the Chicago race later? It's going to be a clown show. Right, we'll get those guys out. Text message rejected. That's fine. We'll keep that going. Varosh want Wilson Enriquez. Yes, please. Wait, there's actually... Hang on, you'd pay us £13 million? Can I not just, like, guarantee that you've got him for a couple of years? That's okay. We'll take that. That was obviously optional, not mandatory, but not that it matters too much. The last time we had one of these deals with the club... Ooh. So... Wait, you're not on the dev list, are you? So we'll get rid of... Don't know if that automatically... Oh, it does automatically... Oh, that's great news. So Gijvada got through. Haladash came... They went out, sadly. They got 25th place because Leverkusen scored a late winner in their game. Oh, he's the guy that just came back. Right, okay. So we'll send him to Szeged because they want to give him more football. They're relegated on your save. Holy shit, that's mad. Arboleda. Oh, my lord. Jesus Christ. Is there anyone that doesn't want him? Squad player. Anyone who wants to give him squad player is going to go away. So you can choose with those parameters, my friend. Yokotaka can speak better Hungarian. You'll love to see it. It's going to be mad. I haven't had a chance to watch the Xfinity highlights yet, Chuck, but I'm just really excited still that Shane van Gisbergen's third on the grid. I would love to see him win. Right, so McCabe's going to go... Farish are actually sort of really strengthening themselves up here. I reckon they might have a shot at another Conference League final this year if they carry on like this. Honestly, I think they could actually do bits in the Champions League at this point, but, you know, that's how it goes, right? So the 3rd of February now. Any new ones? No, but that's fine. We'll go to the next match day, and if we've got nothing by then we'll try the other one of switching them on and off of loan. And luckily, you can do that with a single button. And Bill, just out of interest, when you did that, do you, like, take them out off the loan list and then wait a day and then add them back? Or is it instant?
2 blocks from here.
Maybe, yes, that's fine too. Dwayne, thank you for the follow. Hopefully I've said that correctly. If I've not, then do let me know, and I will try to get it right next time. I'm committed. Renza, thank you for the follow.
Before I give her a tonk in the tradesman's entrance,
Instant. Oh, interesting. Oh, shit. Okay, luckily, Debrecen are no longer in Europe. Also, one of the things I loved about watching Max's videos is learning what these arrows actually relate to specifically and what they mean. What the angle of the arrow means for all sorts of things. So him now having that stamina defeat means that he's now lost, I believe, between 3 and 5 scent attribute points. Which I believe is a full amount. Like a full step. Transfer areas like this. World-class orbit 34-year-old keeper, only 29 million. Oh, damn. So it's very strange, and I just feel like almost there's so many things in FM that it's almost impossible to have it perfect. Honestly, Bill, even if it doesn't work perfectly, if it gets us like one extra thing, I feel like the situation we've got right now is pretty much, it's not fully optimized yet, but it can be. Ooh, okay, let's have a look at Celta Vigo, if I can spell. So we're just looking for like random MRR. Oh yeah, you're right. In fact, holy God. You are not wrong, sir. Am I missing something, or is nationality not listed there? Fuck, I just do nation of birth. Yeah, look at that. There's a shitload. That's their first team squad as well. Weirdly, their under-19 team is entirely lacking that. Although they've got Celta Vigo B. Oh. And then Gran Pina. You want to watch out for that. Which is the C team. But yeah, you're not wrong. They've actually got quite a lot. Yes, bear in mind, that's because he was born in the UAE, but presumably he has Spanish nationality. Yeah. It's because for some reason this screen won't let me display purely nationality. It'll only let me show like nation of birth, which is not the same. Why won't it? Oh, is it international? That's odd. Am I missing something? I don't know, weird. Usually those two things line up, but they don't always, obviously, as you can have a different nationality to your nation of birth. Screen show media handling start. Oh, right. In that case, might as well add it. There's really no reason not to, is there? Most of the time you won't know it until you know their personalities as well, but I think there's nothing wrong with having it on there as well. I might get rid of this, actually, because it's just an eyesore. Yeah, they're probably killing it. So Coda's now at Budapest Honvéd, who, despite their lack of being able to get promoted hilariously, are building some of the best young players. Like, we've got some of our best young loanees are at Budapest Honvéd. Like Navoni, outrageous striker. Jose Carlos is a Brazilian international, and he got that cap while being on loan in the second tier. If they get themselves promoted, I think they could really kill it. The Todd Capwell experience. Yeah, pretty much. As things go, pretty much. That was quite... I didn't know that about Celta Vigo. Although they didn't have quite as many as the one in your side, that's still quite a lot. So 27 for Roberto Lara. So Magotzi's doing pretty well for Szeged, even though they're not. Velasquez... Oh, thank God. Thought it was going to be a serious injury. Wonder what the draw is for the next round of the Champions League. Sorry, not the Champions League. So we can see who Ferencváros get. Oh, we know. Apoel. They got probably one of the tougher teams they could have got, but if they can't beat Apoel over 2-way, yeah, no chance. Yes, I watched all of Max's videos on Friday while I was literally everyone I could get my hands on while I was doing the Ireland video. Let me just take that into account first. Oh, that's mostly reasonable anyway. Get back to those guys in a bit. Mikey Holford still in there, still potentially signable maybe one day. What a great name, just well expensive. Ubaldo Savignon. He's actually quite good, but 23 and just, I'm not sure. It's quite a lot to pay. And another random dude at PSG who's quite cheap actually, but he's 24. Pierre Cunot. My worry with him would just be the absurd amount of wages he'd probably want. Yeah. Cabernet Sauvignon, literally. He's aged like a fine wine. Let me just see. Any more? No, no new ones, it would seem. God, they're wanted by everybody. Christ. Okay, I think with that then, next step, just to avoid the ones I've already got bids on, just in case it fucks something up. To be fair, notice how most of these guys are actually like Hungarian players now. There's very few guys that we've got at the club even that are eligible for the loan farm. That's how many players we've got out. Hey, Dan. So it was loan status, unavailable for loan, and then immediately switching it back to available for loan. Now progress. It's going good, mate. It's going very good. Oh, shit. It's more of that. They're still only offering 66 minutes. So Enriquez is good. At least stacking out for Varas for a little bit is decent for us. Chat participation. You love to see it. Crack on. Oh. Data be explained. Which data was I explaining? I think I might have forgotten. Or was it not me that was explaining the data? Let me just... Oh, actually, it must be up to Hungary now. Right. Recruitment focus. Lol. Deadline day. God. Oh, apparently, we might actually be able to implement transfer deadline day stuff in Malta, potentially. Hadrian and Pablo found out a way that we could maybe get it in. So we might actually have proper transfer window stuff for next year's game, potentially. Let's have a look back, see if there's any new stuff. Doesn't appear to be any new adjustments, but that could mean any number of things. I might not be doing it correctly. Well, hey, you've got to test the theory. Offer those guys out for loan. We don't really have a big enough sample size of these loans at the moment because we have been able to be very successful. I feel like the most efficient time to get a player out on loan is the moment they join you. It feels like it's so key to get them out immediately because that seems to be when the most interest is going to be. I don't know why I'm scouting their first team. Essentially, I'm just asking Gonzalo to get a report on our own players who will make up most of their first team, let's be honest. Exactly how I do it. Interesting. It might just be that we don't have enough players. Like we might have so many players already out on loan that it's not working here, but it might work next year when we'll have a few new guys joining us that might be eligible for loans. Because most of those guys that we were trying to offer out there were just Hungarian players who might just be not good enough. We've got very few players that are actually sort of in desperate need of a loan at this point because we've been so successful with it lately. Which one would you think? Oh, which one word do you think FM has chosen as this guy's name? All right. Jose Nuzzi. I reckon it's neither, and he's actually just called Nuts or something. And it's one of those weird ones where the nickname isn't based on either of his names. Or he's just called, like, Diaz. Or Marcelo. Nuzardinho? Could be. Nuzinho could work. Redacted? Surely it's not Natty. Ah, you're right. He does look Mexican. With the green, perhaps. Nuzzy Jose. Oh, it could be Nuzzy Jose. I'm curious now. I'm waiting with bated breath for the answer now. Don't keep me hanging here, Dan. I can only stall for so long. Oh, God. Right. Dude! 1,000 guesses. I love that he is actually Brazilian as well, playing for Maratimo. Why?
Here's a fun fact.
Dude, that's ridiculous. Dooley, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. It's pronounced Duday. Oh, I really want a player called Bro. That would be wonderful. I would be totally on board with a player called Bro. Random. What was that? Okay. Sick. And back. Cool. Oh, Hungarian national team. I think last time we checked here, which wasn't actually that long ago, it was only 5 guys in their national team that weren't... what the hell? I love that the one screen I don't have it set for national team info is this one. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 players in their national team don't have second nationalities. Which is fucking hilarious. So there's Akos Bertush, Andras Pushkash as well. This guy here, Istvan Toldi, who was one of our former guys, who's turned into a white player. Tamas Konch is actually in there now, the PSV goalkeeper, who annoyingly is the reason that Haladash are not... Yeah. And then Zoltan, obviously, our former player as well. Yeah, a good amount of an Argentinian, an Austrian with Robert Gergely, Robert Gerge, 5 Brazilians, a Colombian, a Croatian, a Romanian, a Serbian, 3 Spaniards, 2 Dutchmen, an American, and a Uruguayan. Things you'll love to see. Any bros or dudes? Ooh. There's bound to be a dude or two, right? There's one dude. That's our coach. So no, sadly not. There's a load of dudex, but no dudes. There's Alan Dudea. As it was, yeah, that's Da Silva. That's the guy. Yeah, it's a shame that the Hungarian national team, despite having all of these wonderful imports, is still crap. They've been actually useless in this save. There he is. Tibor Angel is still playing for Szeged. Say still. He's been there actually for 1 season. Got himself 14 caps, to be fair. Has turned into a solid player. Like, played 300 games odd for Vasas in various divisions over 18 years. I love, though, that he ended up coming back to Szeged. Like, he was loaned to Szeged for 4 years by us, then to Vasas for ages, and now he's actually back at his original, not original, his sort of original side, if you like. Yeah, at one point he was actually in the national team. Like, he's formed a nice little career for himself. I'm all right. Oh, we didn't look at Bros, did we? Hang on. Bros going to be much tougher. But no, not really. And it does filter it by the most closest to it at the top. There's Goof, by the way, in case you're interested. Sorry, Anna. Still playing for RZ. Oh, he's exploring his options, his old Goof. 25 grand a week. Bro, like, that's not good. You're going to have to lower your expectations, sir. So, second, I've got Palacios now, which might help them a little bit. Keep that. I don't think they're going to let him. Right, when is that game for French Forest, by the way? Oh, the 14th, so it's actually on Valentine's Day. Hopefully they're going to give Applewell a Valentine's Day massacre. Also, we can't afford a new state. Yeah, they're like that. It's because it's just like weirdly hard-coded. Essentially, you have the money, you've ticked every single box that you need for another new stadium, and yet for some reason, there'll be like a random thing that you can't see, you can't have access to it, that it's just holding the whole thing back. It'll be something like, there's an unhappy player, or the board have invested too much money in a certain... There's all sorts of... Yeah. To give Apple a Valentine's Day. Roderick, exactly. Like a good friend will. Because boys, Roger... It's just got to be done. Griffiths, and... This is a good team, though. Look at that team. With Kurilic, Manier in there, Tazi, Vidal, Alaku, Elshik, Griffiths, and Francois Xavier Hardy. That is a really good lineup that they've got. They'll probably still lose 4-0, but that's not the point. They've got the potential going forward. Maybe. Watch as we lose now. Local council. I feel like the local council blocks planning permission one was just like a way the game... Like, basically just gave you an excuse. 5-3. Okay. Most boring man alive. Coming up with a goal as well in there too. Bobby with a brace. Jury grabs a goal as well. Silva, Nunez. Good stuff. Good win for us. Still only 6 clear at the top. It's not like he's stretching it that much, but Kekschmidt and Giamot in there as well. And Spartacus, remarkably, could actually be staying up as things stand. Anything in Iceland? That's why mums go there. That's not, clearly. We lost the second half. Yeah, but we don't care about those. They don't count those. It's going good. Coefficient-wise, we haven't really... Oh, my God. I will never understand how that's possible. Like, how is it, right, that this is where we get fucked every single year? How have they suddenly managed to gain that enormous gap on us over one match day? It's just so unspeakably stupid. The amount of extra points that get handed out for, like, I assume Barca, Atletico, Real Madrid. It just fucks us every single year, unfortunately. It's just kind of mad how much those sides get. And I think that's why Dukeshvalda make it. Yeah, they did. They got a draw. We're actually still third by a comfortable margin, but it is just hilarious how many points those teams get at the end of the group stage. Just seemingly out of nowhere. Hey, here's 5 coefficient points. And you're like, how? But I think it is just a case of, because they get so many sides qualifying for the Champions League knockouts, that's where so many points... You get so many points for it. I don't think it's they're being counted incorrectly. I don't think that's the case. Although we have found some weird discrepancies. I think it's just that you get so many bonus points for qualifying out of the Champions League group that even us winning it doesn't do anything to offset it. In fact, I feel like we barely gained anything for winning it, but yet they get low. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, we won the whole thing, and I feel like we barely gained. They can definitely do that. Yes, crack on, Debretson. Since Carlin contemplates how his goal could affect the world givers. Yeah, exactly. He's looking out for them. Top 8 get a bonus. I mean, if they do, then I'd love to know what ours was, because I don't feel like we got anything. Maybe a small amount. But that's Germany, Italy, Spain, Italy, England, England, Spain. So Spain definitely got something there. You get bonuses for qualifying, bear in mind, from the Champions League. As far as I'm aware, there is definitely a bonus for even getting out of the group, let alone... Yeah. If only Halalash had been able to do that. No bonus points for the first. I'll top 8. That makes absolutely zero sense to me. I mean, I'm not saying that's wrong. It clearly is the case. It's just why? You get points for winning the Conference League one and the Europa League, but nothing for winning the Champions League one. That's mental. This seems like it basically does everything it can to enshrine the hegemony of the big sides, because that system does everything it can to protect those sides in particular. Club coefficients. It doesn't... I mean, it tells you some stuff, but it can't tell us because we don't know what it was like before. Ah, dear. But that's why it is. So this is why we need to regularly have sides qualifying for the knockouts of the Champions League. Otherwise, we'll never be able to go that far, because they will just get dicked on by that every single year. Zed Spitfire, thank you very much for the 2 months. I hope you're having a lovely day. But that is the issue, right? We could have all of our teams doing amazing stuff, but then if a load of Spanish sides come like 20th and 23rd in the Champions League, hey, here's a load of free points. But the fact is, we just need to have our sides do better. Yeah, I think that is it, Choppy. I think there's been a lot of issues with it. For example, in this version of the save, we still have head-to-head sorting in the Champions League with the main group stage. Obviously, that's been fixed now in the latest patches, but we still have to rely on that, sadly. Oh, yeah, and it's stuff like that. I can't believe that was in the game at release, though. That was kind of crazy. Oh, thank you, Spitfire. That's very kind. Welcome aboard, my friend. Don't worry, it was just me complaining about the game as always. Not as always, actually. I feel like I've been better at that this year. And I have tried to always temper that with, I know that they're trying to do their best. And I believe that all the devs genuinely want the best for this. And I'm really excited about what's to come, right? Do a bit of that as well. Cool. We will, Hadrian, we will. We're going to be finishing a tad earlier today anyway, at like 2:45, so we can get ready for the Grand Prix. Overtaking Holland 7th. That's fantastic in such short spirit of time, to be fair. So fair play. Cup. Who's left in the cup, by the way? Oh, there's loads of teams left. Yeah, I was trying to work out if there's a safe way of throwing it to someone to see if we can test out that reputation bump idea that we had. Oh, actually, one thing I will say, right? I think we finally have broken through on certain areas. So as far as award winning goes, obviously Valia's there, but that's not really a huge surprise. Golden Glove. Wait. No, not that one. This one. Gacic actually won FIFA Men's Best Goalkeeper, which was nice. Ballon d'Or obviously was still Valia, but that's fine. He's actually a really good player. Best player was still Valia. Under 21's best player was that guy, amazingly. But also, this is where it gets better. FIFA Player of the Year was Sam Ingram, which was dope, but more importantly, Team of the Year. Look at this. Ingram, Silva, Velázquez, and Gacic were all in the Team of the Year, which is way better. Because Silva, Velázquez have never played for big sides out of us, which means they've got there on the merit of their own reputation building. Manager Hall of Fame. I think we are now, yeah. We're actually in 20th spot, but we're just behind Bob Paisley. Just me and Bob hanging out. I'm great, Dan. How are you, man? What did you think of the new kit yesterday? And also, what do you think about us losing Willian, clearly? Oh, it's Castillo in there too. Yeah. Although I imagine he mostly got that because of the current club rather than his old club. Yeah, we've nearly caught up with Bob Paisley. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. And also, I'm up here as well. Let's not forget that I'm also there with Oldham and then there with Dinamo Zagreb. Ancelotti is number 1. As I assume he won absolute buttloads with Man City. Yeah, 5 Premier Leagues, 7 EFL Cups, 2 Champions Leagues, 2 UEFA Super Cups, 6 FA Cups. Good lord. Pat Wannakid. Yeah, so weirdly with Boulis, like, he's good, but he's not, like, that good. He doesn't have the potential ceiling, basically. That's the reason we didn't sign him. That and he was a little bit too expensive. Like, he's a good player. I just think that he probably hasn't got the highest of PA. He's just played a lot of games because his CA is really high. Where did William go to? He hasn't gone yet. He's just Awake It's Pink. Yeah, I saw that, Dan. I'm really looking forward to it. Because I'm definitely getting the pink one. Sucks he's got a shitty gambling sponsor, but yeah. But no, William hasn't gone anywhere yet, but he's apparently turned down our contract offer. Basically, he wanted 2 years, and we were only prepared to offer him 1. And I'll be amazed if anyone's going to offer him 2 years. Really. So that's kind of sucks. As long as we've, and I'm actually okay with the decision, providing we've got stuff in place and actually are planning on signing people to fill those holes. Because if we don't, then yeah. Ooh, Abega is no longer injured. He's a weird player that I'm just not sure about. I think we might be able to get him cheaper in the summer potentially. These two are both reasonable still, so we'll get those updated. Wank gambling sponsor, yeah, innit. But a pink away kit would certainly help me a little bit. Who do I support? I'm a Fulham fan. Manor Solomon. Well, the thing is, Manor Solomon isn't even under contract with us, so we don't know if we're getting him either. If we brought back a Pizza Hut sponsorship, I would just about lose my shit, my friends. I found my Pizza Hut shirt yesterday, as it happens. Speaking of, Pog and I go to Pizza Hut on Tuesday night, doing date night, anniversary stuff. Movie and a Pizza Hut night is beautiful. I would like Fred, honestly. I think we do need a player like that, and I've actually always liked Fred as a player, and I'd totally take Fred at Fulham. I think this is the kind of club where he could actually really thrive at, kind of the same way that Andreas has. So I'd be happy with Fred. Well, movie, the Jennifer Lawrence one. Still have pets. Yeah, of course we did. The proper restaurant stuff. We've got, yeah, there's one in Cambridge. There used to be two, but now there's only one down on the industrial estate on East Road. Don't know why I said that in a northern accent. Last stage of the Europe get relegated in the save as well. We have had not get relegated while doing that. We have had sides get relegated while in Europe, though. Multiple times, in fact. Got the made-up sponsor. Yeah, literally. We've got the standard made-up sponsor after replacing it with the other made-up sponsor, which I presume someone else will now be sponsored by W88 this season and have their own made-up sponsor with them instead. Smug Smart. I just think he's a really good player. He's one of those players that I feel would be excellent for anyone else. And even still has had his moments at United. I think him and McTominay, I actually rate them both as footballers. I just think that maybe they're just not at the right club for it. But I don't know. We'll see. Also, someone please rescue Donny van der Beek. For the love of Christ. That poor man. United just keep signing players and Donny's just get pushed further and further down the pecking order. Somebody give that man a rest. Not a rest, actually. He's had the longest rest of all time. God, he's really, yeah, again, doing some good stuff here.
I'm the Pope. Cooper.
And 16 match. To be fair, like, we've only got 12 in our league. But you're right. I think this just means there's less teams to get in the way, isn't there? D-Mill, thank you for the follow. Snapped his legs. But yeah, I don't know if we're even getting Manor Solomon. Because he's technically was only on loan this season. Is now available for a free transfer, so he can go anywhere he likes. So if we lost him and Willian, I would be very much hoping that the club was prepared for this eventuality. Career resurrection Van der Beek. Well, actually, that might be possible. I'm going to plan to do a career resurrection, not this week coming, but next week. And I might try and do it a bit sooner in time, so we maybe get some players like people like that, potentially. Might not work. Failing that, I'll do the one with like maybe lower league English or players coming over from South America. I haven't really decided yet, but that's not the next video. The next video is Ireland. Ireland, can they win the World Cup with the English or various other players assigned to them? I recorded that yesterday. It was dope. Lots of cool stuff happened. I got to the end and I realized I hadn't saved it in 8.5 hours and I could have lost an entire day's worth of work, which was scary. Because then you're like, particularly as at one point, it got stuck on like a random day in the transfer window and it stayed there for like 7 minutes straight. I got completely, yeah. Check my midfielder. I'm alright, thanks. You know, I'll probably just do what I like actually. It's all the same. Bear in mind, I don't mind looking at players and stuff, but just don't tell me what to do. You know, come on. We're better than that. We say our pleases and thank yous here. Let's do Budapest in the cup. Let's beat them. Hopefully. So I've been always curious to see what happens in those leagues that split as well, Sean. But do let me know what happens. Ireland vid will be out on Tuesday morning. I have to edit it on Monday, and that's going to be a full day of editing because it's like 2 hours of footage that I basically have to condense into 30-minute video, and there's a lot of shit. But I've done it slightly differently this time. So instead of coming back every year, I'm doing it every 2 years because that way there's more stuff to talk about each time we come back, and it makes it slightly easier on the recording schedule too. Only 4-0, but Ingram yet again. Bro is just a scoring machine. He's still not top. Or is he? He might still be top scorer actually. No, not quite. He's got 21 this season, which is just astonishingly good, though. Do a bit of that, too. Wasn't a lot of goals that we actually scored in that game, surprisingly. Yeah, I used the SAS 23 skin. But yeah, Ireland should be out on Tuesday. No, sorry, yeah. Yeah, Tuesday. Same time as stream. Sim the match. They basically are the same thing, essentially. As far as I'm aware, there is some slight changes, I believe, in that when you sim the match, you... So, actually, no, there is some change. When you insta-result the game, you're still in charge of the game. But if you sim the match, i.e. holiday through it, your assistant takes charge of the match. And that can lead to different things happening. So, for example, they can play different tactics when that happens, unless you specifically tell them not to. So I believe that's what the difference is. So, for example, it will show up as you having not managed the game, for example. Dominic Ballard. I don't know if he's still going to be in the database.
So I tell the swamp donkey to sack it.
I see. You're Dominic Ballard, E. Dowding. And I raise you Dominique Gaillard, who is also New Caledonian. So I'm just saying. Galley 17 Stos or Sto 88. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. That's the closest I can come. Yeah, Dominic Ballard would have probably either would have retired or would have not been in my database to begin with, because we are 19 seasons in now. So if you think of how old, basically when you're looking at lookups from real players, just think, how old is this person going to be 19 years from now? Are they still going to be playing? But we have now landed on Dominique Gaillard, who is a New Caledonian. And that's now a different rabbit hole I would like to go down. So he plays for, or he did play for AS Tiger Sport. What is going on here? Okay. That's his old club, isn't it? So he currently plays for AS Lurcy, who are also in New Caledonia. 38. I mean, he could still be... Sorry, 36. He could still be in the database. We've had a few guys show up like that. Or he could have been a staff member, to be fair, as well. Really at 500k? Oh, I hate when that happens. I've been after the same guy from Atletico for the last 2 seasons with that exact thing, and he's just signed a new 3-year extension for them. They always let him run his contract down to like 6 months, and they go, not for you. JWM Football, thank you for the follow. Right, here we go. Kishvarda versus Shakhtar. Just realised we didn't actually even look at who they'd got, but now we know. Now we know. Well, the first time Atletico had an optional, then they let that optional run out, and then it was 6 more months on his deal. I tried to get him, and then they offered him a 3-year contract, and he fucking signed it. Man's not even playing for them. He's on loan at, like, I think it's Swansea? It's, yeah, strange. So, Kishvarda Shakhtar and Ferencvaros Apoel. This is the moment. I think Kishvarda pulled off some mad shit last year. Could they do it again? Maybe. I mean, they reached the semis. Was it semis? Yeah, it was the semis, wasn't it? They knocked out Real Sociedad. I feel like Shakhtar are beatable. But then the way this season's gone, I'm not so sure now. I don't know why I'm actually persisting with that. I know they're never going to let me have him for that price. But oh no. What are you doing? Oh, God. Hang on. End to draw. There we go. Fucking hell. Right. Okay. Who do we get? We got Uipest. Okay. Accidentally did the older... Their fax machine is going to blow up. Yeah, quite literally. Hello, Pog. Yeah. Things have happened, as you could probably guess. Right. So I want custom... 6. Just so happens to be playing on the games on the right day. Race starts at 2. Yeah, so I'm going to stop streaming today at 1:45. Hey, 2-2. And that way we can have a chance to make sure we're ready to watch the race and stuff like that. Because I obviously, when I finish stream, it's not like I finish immediately. I have to, like, obviously raid in, I chat for a bit, then I have to set up the export for YouTube and change thumbnails around and stuff like that as well. Phone up the Dutty pizza. Oh. No, we had Dutty last night. It was actually delicious. Came really quickly. I've only just started using it, Yanis, and I haven't got any proper comparison notes for it so far, but I'm willing to give it a go because Max has done the research. So I feel like the least I can do is, yeah. What race? It's the Austrian Grand Prix. And then later on, it's the Chicago Street Race in NASCAR, which I'm very excited. Yeah, we're getting Mackies later, so exciting. And since the NASCAR doesn't start till like 10:30 tonight, who's going to second place today? Well, who did get second on the grid? Is it 2 Ferraris that are 1 and 2? I forgot. Because with the bloody sprint race, I actually forgot. I did listen to P1 Matt and Tommy yesterday, but I've actually forgotten. It's the Ashes. Never heard of it. Chicken select. Oh, yes. Got to select that chicken. Leclerc P2. Okay, fair enough. Ferencvaros Marco Platzer. Nice. Boom. Well, Ferrari seemed to have been not even so much finding some stuff, just that Charles and Carlos have been ignoring the team orders and the strategy and have been doing better themselves. So, just they need to keep doing that. Dave the Daffodil. Dave the Daffodil. What a great... I like that as a name. Good shout. Thank you very much for the follow, Dave. Yeah, there seems to have a bit of pace to them as well, which is awesome. But what I would say about this to warn any Tifosi here is Ferrari showing a bit of pace is actually just meaning that they're going to let you down even more. Because now you're like, oh, there's a chance. When they've got no chance, you're like, they're not going to do anything. So it's a nice surprise. But now you're like, oh, there's a bit of expectation here. Watch them let you down horribly. Terrible pitch strategy. Then end up like 7th and 9th or something. I've just typed in the word regen. Chat, why did no one come up? I just can't imagine. So, the best players in the New Zealand national team squad, I mean, there's not a lot. This guy's not even got a club, Matthew McGarry. Here. Who's he wanted by? Yeah. Guys at Auckland. There's a guy at Christchurch. A guy into Miami, Houston. A guy at Olympiacos, Shane Choate. I thought I said Shane Chode for a second. A guy at Watford, Johnny Elisara. A guy at Wigan, Matt Clarkin. There's also a dude at Fulham, who's probably one of the better ones. I'm going, I don't know. 34-year-old Zane Campbell, who's been at Fulham at his entire career. Yeah, I saw the Fulham guy. I was circling back to him because Fulham. And the guy at Wickham, Terry Sutton. It's not looking good for the New Zealanders. Where are they in the world rankings? Yeah. They're just sort of existing, really. Why do I keep digging for text? Oh, I'm trying to unsettle him. He doesn't want to play for Man United anymore, and they've not played him in ages. So basically, the situation with Tex-Mex is, I sold him to them 2 years ago. He's played a grand total of 2 league games in 2 years. He wants to leave, but they are refusing to let him go. They said he's not for sale under any circumstances, despite the fact they're not using him, and he wants to leave. When I actually got a bid out of them, they wanted 140 million for a player that didn't want to be there, and they weren't playing. Standard Football Manager. Matt Calcott, who's that? Was he one of the guys in the national team there? Who's Matt Calcott? Oh, Jesus! No, man, he's just getting into the vibes, the All Blacks, so he's gone with a black and white picture. That's good shit. I rate that. Why is he in black and white? In memoriam. Hey, was he 69 years old as well? Oh, 66. That would have been perfect. Has these matches even happened yet? So I'm just going to keep trying to unsettle Tex-Mex, basically. I want him to want to go. So maybe that we can get him in the summer, perhaps. So Zuniga's going to go to Debrecen. Platzer's going to go to Ferencváros. I feel like he'd be worth like £3 million the moment he signs for them. 18 months, 18 years of being unemployed. To be fair, that's why he's got the black and white picture. It's actually his mugshot. He's gone into acting. Might not have enough time. Oh, what about a loan offer? For nothing. First team commit. What first team commitments? He's not playing for you. Is the first team commitments in the room with us right now, Manchester United? Bunch of weapons. 1-1 at home. Ah. That's not good. Leon Swift, a Scotsman, has just scored for Shakhtar. And Peter Ban could do nothing about it. That's less ideal. Please tell me Ferencváros at least didn't fuck it up. Good. 2-0, 2-1 away victory. Fabrizio and Aruda doing the business. That's ideal. I think they should get through this round fairly easily. It's just if they avoid Newcastle. No. Yeah, avoid Newcastle in the next round. It's all good. What could have been last night's Money in the Bank? My throat feels like it needs surgery. I'm doing excellent, my man. How are you? Other than that, obviously. Lihalololo Shabalala is one of my favourite surnames. Because every goal he scores is a goal for all of Africa. Also, shout out to Alexandru, who on the VOD gave us some wonderful tips on how to avoid hiccups. So apparently, because if you remember the last stream, I had some serious hiccupery going on, and it went on for like 20 minutes. So he says, tense your abdomen as much as you can. It will stop your diaphragm from contracting, and then, eventually, it will go away. So there you go. Where's Sam Van Dam? In the squad. Anything massive? Halalash missed out by a single point of qualifying for the next round of the Champions League due to an 86-minute goal by Bayer Leverkusen in a match against Inter, which they really had no right to win. Speaking of Sam Van Dam, there he is. You're not a fish. It's good to know. Or if you don't have abs, then as I am, you're also a bit fucked, really. Why isn't the default FM database? Because for the same reason every other league that isn't in the Beast game, they obviously don't have licenses for it and just didn't consider it worth putting in the game, quite simply. But it doesn't matter, though, because you can just download a custom database for it anyway. The biggest news is we re-signed Endrick, true. Drink upside down. Yeah, except that doesn't work, does it? We actually tried that last stream, though. But apparently the best way is the ab thing. Rubbing my earlobes. Yeah, this feels like there's a lot of old wives' tales going around. Sem's just fallen down the pecking order, yeah, because he wasn't playing very well, and when we took him out and put Bobby in, Bobby was killing it, so Sem then lost his place, and now, with Bobby having an injury, Blaz came back from his loan spell at Ferencváros, and now he's been in front of him as well, so Sem has just really struggled to get consistent football, unfortunately. I just wait for them to stop. Wasn't there a dude that just, like, hiccuped indefinitely for, like, 50 years or something? Speaking of old wives' tales. Punch yourself in the face repeatedly and tell yourself you're a banana. I mean, hey, I've heard of you, like, jump in front of a train. That also helps. Like, not with that specifically. But, I mean, the hiccups will be gone, in a way. As will you, though. And you don't want that. Because your mental health is important, Chatto. Leafy! Thank you, friendo. Thank you for the 22.
Hey, Matto and Chatto. Sorry I'm late. I had a long day of work and trains, and the toilet, but I'm here now. It's been an okay 22 months so far, and let's hope for more okayness.
What did you have to eat, Leaf? Did you cook again? It's not the optimal solution. Agreed, yes. No, when he blinks, he moves closer. That's true, actually. Where's that old bastard gone? Oh, he's still there. He hasn't got that much. Or has he? Like, he could be inching along like a snail. Like that snail that if it touches you, he dies. Or you die, rather. It is a solution, true. There was one time. But I remember it, though. That'll be fine. I actually forgot who we're playing. Oh, they've got their own Hendrix.
Cooper,
it's Roydell Hendrix. Ooh. Roydell is a very good... A guy they actually signed out of a Jamaican club. Well done, them. Kajigo, thank you for the follow. Patrice is back. That's good news. Oh. Is there an international break there, I think? No, it's March, isn't it? Although we should get at least... I want to make sure we get youth intake in today. So we can see the results of the next level of the experiments with youth intakes. 6-0. Good stuff. Big Manovic coming up. Trumps there too. Did Ingram... Ingram didn't play. That's why he didn't score. Oh, he did come off the bench and didn't actually... Wow, 6-0 off of 1.65 XG. That's a little bit excessive, honestly. I almost feel bad for them. If it wasn't for the fact that, God, Harris has got another 18 goals. Not bad. Voshka Sport, okay. Probably against the 8 shirt. Fair one. Is it Liverpool that have triggered his release calls? I can't remember who it was. Roydell Rope. Oh, God. What's improved for Durin? No. You can sack your agent. I think I've pissed off every agent in Hungary at this point, so that's fine. Being the team chef, oh, God. But there's other lives at stake here, Leaf. I don't know if we can... Is that a risk we want to take? Right, so yeah, we've got 10 days before that. Who needs agents? I know, they do nothing. See my video about it. Let's put in... Where the hell have Fott gone? Have they become a slightly higher rep team now? I feel like we don't... Oh, is it nearby? No, Fott have genuinely disappeared. We no longer seem to have a schedule of friendly against Fott. It's like the game has a hard limit on the number of times you can batter them about before it kind of goes, you know, come on, they've had enough. Tarzi, bit of that. Bit of those. Cool. There's the Gerald tattoo. Does he really? Shannon would never. I know. She'd be oiling up right now. Ooh, Derry under 19. Speaking of, anyone good in there? Most likely no, but that's fine. Brian Bell. Good shit. Christ, there's a lot of random league games in there. I want to play Champions League again, damn it. But at least winning it gives us a good chance. Prison Guards administration team on a pre-season tour. Now you're talking. But if they're playing you, who's guarding the prisoners? This is the question I feel like needs to be asked. Pushkas once again trying and failing to get promoted. Park Jong-woo hasn't got career caps yet. We might be about to have Park Jong-woo, Hungarian extraordinaire. I'm totally here for that. That fine Hungarian name. People that hire them. No. Don't ruin my fantasy here. It's clearly the actual prison guards. You'd think they should. But they barely even reached the Euros in this save, which is mad. Most players out on loan once. 250. Yeah, I don't think I can beat that. I've got 160 at one point. Is the most we've ever had in this save. Park John Wooski. There's not even any letters that we can move over. He's got the perfect name that can't be touched by us. Parshkash Jon Varosh Vugia. Never mind. Turns out there was a perfection. Arsenal switch nation. No, I can't because I'm not the national team manager. But they sometimes will just randomly switch nation. If he doesn't get a call up by like the time he's 25, he may just decide to become Hungarian. Today I feel Hungarian. Is Gastal willing to talk to us again yet? Cool. Because I feel like he is one I would really like. He's the guy I would really like to get into this team to kind of be the next level of our defensive midfield south. Flowfeast, thank you very much for the 13 months.
I tell her man's not hot.
It's true. I'm actually not today, honestly. It's quite tasty in here. It's like 23, which is just a lovely amount. I want to see how much they want first. And then we can kind of work from there. And absolutely mug them off over 9 years, because funnies. 35 million. But they'll accept less than that, right? Clearly. Let me try to get him for 25. Because I'm not paying 35 million. That would be silly. Let's just try and mug them off royally over 9 years, though, because that's just funny. The fact that this is in the game is just hilarious to me. Oh, no. Wrong one. We want 6. And then 5. Lovely. So if I just did 5 and 5 and 5, do you reckon they'd go for that? Oh, okay. They actually... As long as I'm paying 10 mil up front. Release scores. Yeah, but his release scores is 35 million. So why would I pay that when I could pay not that? There we go. Lovely old job. See you in 9 years, Reoav. I don't mind paying 10 million up front for Noah Gashdal. Why would I pay 35 million when I could pay 10 and then put the rest into the future? It's Jan Blond as well. The name's Jan. Jan Blond. The name's... Wait, that's not even how that works in English, man. Christ. He's surprisingly highly rated, and I don't know why. I reckon Gonzalo would have a very different answer to him. Oh, I also sold Oliveira. I totally forgot about that. I did sell Oliveira back to Brazil for like £8 million, just because, you know, he wasn't getting game time here, and we felt that the money was right. Oliveira, what about Porto? He's just very expensive. Says the man who's just spent a shitload of money on that other dude, but... Oh, I like this guy's... it's a lot of money. I have my standards after all. UCL winner... Yeah, that's the problem. We can't insert a UCL winner clause because we'd end up actually paying it. Hey, Marshmallow. Jurgen Clausen. What on earth is this setup? He's like weirdly... specifically good going forward, but... he's only 17, actually. I think I might ask from Gonzalo's second opinion on him. He's intrigued me. Todaro. Whoa, that's a lot of money. No, thank you. Gunderland. Resolute. Level-headed. Give him what sort of a gifted sub? Yeah, to be fair, I think everyone on Twitch got a gifted sub earlier in this channel, to be fair. So that's not a huge surprise for Head. Not on this one occasion, especially. I'm still completely in shock about that, honestly. Oh, this is the guy from earlier, isn't it? Oh, no, it's a different dude. Alexander Jesper Fien. That's too murky for me, and he's way too expensive to take a risk on. As is he, honestly. Yeah, 500k might be worth a punt, honestly. So Gastal. Okay. Let's do that. Twitter's back. Oh, that's a shame. Well, it was better for a little bit. We want to give him the biggest deal possible. To lock him down. Because that'll take him till he's 26. No cheeky second nationality in there either. Boom. Lovely old job. Nice. Yeah, no, it doesn't happen. I've not seen it happen very often, Marsh. I had one play. It's only actually happened to one player. No, that's not true. I've had it happen to several players on my stage, but never like players. Only once has it ever happened to a player that kind of mattered, if that makes sense. Like, it's always like a region in your youth team that you never see again. But I had a guy called Franz Sullivan, who was this like 6'6" monster striker on my Whitport save. And he came out scared. It was the only time I've ever had it happen to like a first teamer. Another gift, hey. People are just generous around here. Most likely Casino Square. I still don't understand, but I am just eternally grateful. Casino Square, if you see this on the VOD, I don't know if you're a VOD watcher or not. I don't know if you're even still here, but seriously, from earlier, thank you. I can't even explain how much it means that people can even want to support content like my own, you know? Secondary goal. That still counts. That still counts. Kevin Turin with Liverpool's third and final. How much is Lavia going to go for? Because that's going to be a nice little profit for Southampton. Not worth getting relegated over, right? But, like, still. Cameron playing... Okay, good. Cameron's improving. I mean, he'd have to, really, wouldn't he? Can't get any worse. Never scored again. He was done. He'd achieved all he wanted to achieve. Yeah, it does, Quince. That all the stuff in that video applies for FN23, but there's a few extra stuff that we do in FN23 as well that kind of just tickle the ivories on top of it. Add a bit of like grated lemons to the top of the cake. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of something that was worthwhile being grated. I was gonna say Parmesan, but then we had that discussion about Parmesan cheese last stream, and I'm still on the anti-Parmesan train because I still think it tastes like vomit on someone's feet. 50 million, holy shit. Mason Mount for 60 million to United is wild, but I'm kind of curious. It's not my club's money, and therefore I'm intrigued. Lemon zest. Yeah, that'll work. Hate the stripless swag. Go back. Yeah, it's your self-loathing that brings you back. Am I right? Hashtag relatable. So it looks like after all that, Bayer Leverkusen then go out 8-1 to Manchester United. That could have been you, Haladash. Except it wouldn't have been them, would it? It would have been... I don't know who it would have been, actually. Needless to say, it's not gone well for him. Yeah, Bajcetic looks like he's a really strong, quality young player. I think I hate more is Rob. Rob's just catching straight. Like, I realise it's a friendly and all that chat, right? I understand that. But even so, just finding the time to score 30 goals in a friendly is impressive, no? They're at least going to be warmed up. Also, friendlies do almost zero for development. Oh, that's a good... right, that's another thing that Max found out, is that actually it's better for development to schedule friendlies against your under-18 side. Or under-21 team instead. You're right, that's what it was. They'd have had a chance if they'd had the full quota. Highland League, ooh. Right, Kishvada, please. Please, 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 don't fuck this up. And I'm looking at you as well, French Forest. Don't think you're out of the way. I just want them to make through one round. Give us a chance. Oh, they always fucking do this. They always do this. Kishvada on penalties through to the next round of the Europa League. They've done it. Rather than the under 19. Well, this is the thing. It's not so much about the morale, it's the development. And they also get development out of it too, and therefore it's got like a synergistic effect. So apparently, yeah, if you've got to schedule a friendly against anybody, you're probably better off just scheduling friendly, especially mid-season against your own under 19 squads, basically. There's more of a development game for doing that than there is in general friendly population, which is really weird. But again, shout out EBFM. If you're not already watching this guy's videos, please do. He's like my favourite FM YouTuber at the moment, I would say. So yeah, Kishvada are through, which is dope. I can't believe they've done it yet again. They always pull it out of their arse in the away games. Did they deserve it, is the question. Do you know what? Yeah. Honestly, they probably could have won. Fair play to them. Big up then. Now, the question is, are they going to be joined by Ferencváros, or have they royally ballsed it up at home? Because if Kishvada can do it then, and 2-0, cruising through to the next round are Kishvada. Sorry, Kishvada. Ferencváros, where they will, of course, have a draw, which is on the 22nd. Cool. Friendly's in house. Yeah. I spent all of Friday, basically, while I was recording stuff, watching Max's videos. It's just the best stuff. You've heard of him? Oh, you're familiar with FM Trek. The food and coffee Wait, no, hang on. Food and Coffee GBG. Thank you for the follow. And Chin. Thank you for the follow. I'm down to a single Chin these days, which is nice. But it's nice to have one following as well. Oh, that's clearly well, sort of what's happened, Sean, I think. I don't think it's Z's fault, anything to do with that. I think it's just one of those horrible situations. It's just, I think if anything, the good thing that's come out of it is I was not aware of Max until then. And now I am, and I'm so glad that I am now aware of his content, because he deserves so many more subs. Oh, it's 2. Damn it. So that means we're at 3 Chins between us, Chin. I don't know if we can exist in the same room now. YouTube, Evidence-Based Football Manager is what Max is called. If anyone has a link to his channel, do feel free to drop it in chat so people can follow. Because, I promise, he's great. I know you did, Saz, and I forgot to look him up, because it's one of those things, right, when people give you, like, movie recommendations and stuff, and you just kind of... You just don't, because you know exactly what you're interested in, and you just sometimes don't look at stuff. And then you discover them yourself in some way, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, it's amazing. But yeah, he's great. Amazing content. I'd like to try and do a video with him at some point, actually, if I could think of something that would be up his alley, as far as like something that would work for the data sort of stuff, and you know I like that shit too. I'd have to find the right topic, though. That is just toenail in training. That's a new one. Sounds like a running injury. Ooh. Isaac Vesterli. Fairly professional as well, which indicates that, yeah. Up the data. Yeah, data's fun. I mean, I didn't spend hours making all those statistical views for the shortlist screen to do that weird comparison video that no one watched. For my own, like, enjoyment. Although it was for my own enjoyment too, yeah. Youth and Tech experiment hasn't worked for me so far. How do you mean? Because, like, bear in mind, he wasn't saying you'll get good youth intakes doing this. He's just saying that you'll have a better chance than you would have before, right? But yeah, that's his channel. Yeah, that's the other thing, Dark Heist. I had no idea about the scent values thing they were talking about. When they actually don't always, Harris, because most of the good under-19 players we get often end up being loaned out to other sides, so they don't play in that league a lot of the time. Rocky's got the flu. Poor Rockster. Yeah, send him home. Complete FM injury at work the other day. Oh, God. Was it a stapler? Has to be right. It was a pin on my leg. That is a very FM injury, actually, yeah. Lech Poznan's under-9s. Wow, they have nothing. That's really disappointing. Their transfers... That's a good shout, actually. Probably not, other than the big one, obviously. What if they spent any of the money is the question, I suppose. So that was us. Some freebies here, which is cool and all, but... so that was us selling someone. Upesh bought a dude off of... They bought oh, I guess it's Wilder, but Wilder's Unico. That's a good piece of business, actually, for £1 million. I love that they're paying £1 million between each other as well. Giamot got a random dude here off of... Oh, dear. Strange choice. Then, obviously, was Ferencvaros selling that guy to Man United for £50 million, which is always good. Yeah, I flipped Ogley as well for, like, 3 or 4 million. It wasn't a great amount of money, but it was something, right? Lots of loans. That's us again. Did Ferencvaros actually buy anybody after that? Oh, they... No. Did they spend any of the money? Upesh bought a dude off of Molfevar. Halash brought in Matteo Murillo, who's a 22-year-old, on a free. No. So Ferencvaros spent exactly none of that money, which is good. Squidneck, thank you for the follow. 29 of Fulham. Jesus Christ. I do love doing... One of my favourite parts about these saves is actually when we go to the future. At the very last stream, we always go like 50 years into the future and just look at shit for an entire stream. And it's some of the most fun we have every single year. And this one's going to be no different. And I will still do a load of view-only leagues for it too, just because this random shite that happened when we did that last time was hilarious. Lech Poznan? Wow, they've got nothing. I'm actually surprised at how poor they've been. It is just fun. I love looking through shit like that. Oh, yeah, we didn't look at Ferencvaros' balance, did we? Nope. They must have been in some serious shit. They've actually lost another £2 million. Great. That bodes well. Oh, they've had their draws now, so we'll see who they've all got in the next round. Grimsby's brief reign of terror. Shit like that is why we do it, though. It's part of the fun, isn't it? Get a bit of that. Scouting update. Ooh. Oh, no, he's already joining us. Never mind. He's one for the summer. Dukakis is actually getting better here. You've fallen off the bottom. You're not fully scouted yet. Only as of today, Dark Heist. have I actually implemented Max's training schedule. So that's a brand new to me. Unambitious, level-headed. Likes on goal. He's good on both feet. We'll get a Gonzalo look at him, though. We're on the Prem. I can't remember exactly what they did, but they did do something kind of mad. Unfortunately, I never got a chance to make that into a video because FM23 dropped way faster than I was anticipating. And ended up not being able to make that into a video. I actually even had the video recorded and done, but I couldn't drop it. Although I really could have done. I think it's because at the time, I was expecting to go straight into a beta save and shit like that. And all sorts of other stuff happened. I ended up completely ditching my content and completely changing the content this year. Which, again, very glad I did. Speaking of, actually, thank you very much for 43,000 subs on YouTube from last week. And also now, thank you very much for 44,000 subs on YouTube at the same time. So thank you. That's very, very nice of you lot. If you haven't already subscribed, you know what to do. Do I even have a button for that anymore? Classic me. Not having a button that plugs my own YouTube channel. Well done, Matt. GG's. Right. What was I going to look at? I've forgotten what we were doing. Fuck. Fucking, why have I forgotten what we were doing? I was literally about to do something and my brain's just dropped. Thank you for 4,000. Yeah, actually, I'll update you. How about that? Let me update you because it was 44,000 this morning. Let me see. Thank you very much for 44,016. I really appreciate the 44,016. But no, June was just mad. Best month on YouTube I've ever had in every single metric. And I just can't believe that I was even capable of doing that because I thought my channel was dead. Oh, the draws. That's what it was. Ferenc Varos. Oh, fuck me. I mean, it's good and bad because it guarantees a team in the quarterfinals. But really, could we not have had this happen later? Thank you, Marshbar. I appreciate it. You've got to spread the word, right? Okay, so that's gone well. What about Kishvada? They'll have got fucking Man City or something. Fiorentina, actually, could have been a lot worse. Good point. I did wonder why those people were following me around town the other day. But, you know, that's fine by them. Okay, that's gone suitably awful. We're up to 13.8 on the year. But look at this now. We're 6th on the year because of all this silly nonsense. And Spain have just completely killed us. Point being, though, it doesn't matter because we did get to second. Even if we fuck it up from here on out, we've still got that second spot for 1 year. And that's all that matters to me. We achieved a new high. But Malta. Oh, I don't know if we'll ever get there with Malta. But Malta's just going to be an absolute roller coaster, honestly. And that's why I'm more excited about that. Not more excited than I am here, but like why I'm excited about it. The gangster. Yeah. No. I would say someone I've never been recognised. Not really, but also like when would I ever be that? Because I don't really go out. It's the Raid Shadow Legends. No, it can't be done. I already told them where to go. Okay, interesting choice. Reflection in the window. Aha! The window that you, as you can clearly see, have very obvious access to there as well, Leafy. Ferenc Varos and Kishvada play yet? They weren't playing. Ferenc Varos are playing Uipest. Not Kishvada. And they haven't. That was like yesterday. They announced the draw for that. So no, their game isn't for like another week and a half. Still annoying they're playing each other, but what can you do? I would have rather they saved the all-Hungarian tie for later in the tournament. Because now we're guaranteed to lose a Hungarian side. I'm using the latest version, Smithy. Like the most recent one he uploaded, I suppose. Not the alpha version, essentially. It's where I exist. I don't even when I run, I just run in this chair. Clearly. Blaz with another good performance. I mean, not that it matters against Zalaga. Oh no, Spartacus are in trouble again. Fiona. Lorenzo G. Silva. Thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're well. Oh, did they go through? Yeah, sorry, yeah. Ferenc Varos beat Applewell and Kishvada beat Shakhtar on pens. But unfortunately, Ferenc Varos have now drawn Uipest in the next round. Which is just great. Oh, not again. Come on, we've just done this. I do love how they score a random like goal against a random team in a league game. And they're like, oh, suddenly I... what are you currently on, Blaz? How long's left? To be fair, he only has 2 years left. And he probably could do with a big contract. So provided he lets me do a 5-year on him, I'm actually okay with that. That's not... What the fuck? Strengthen... Have you seen our goal... We literally... What on earth? We have got the goalkeeper that just won the best goalkeeper in the world, and he wants us to strengthen the goalkeeper. Are you actually out of your mind? That's bizarre. Literally have the best goalkeeper in the world at the moment. Oh, I can only offer him 4 years. Weirdly. All right, how about this? I will give you £65,000 a week if you take an extra 1-year extension. All right. Fine. 54 it is. Imagine that. I don't want that extra 10 grand a week for 4 years. No, who needs it? It's only like £2 million. Just don't want it for that 1 year. They really are weird about those clauses. That's... Yeah. Yeah, he wants the number 2 to be in there as well. True. And add in Spanish. I don't know, por favor. Maybe I'm secretly streaming this in Espanol. That's why I speak so fast. I feel like I should have been Spanish. It's gone okay, XD. We still haven't got our next round of the Champions League draw, but we did win the Champions League, the first round. And we do still have 4 sides in Europe. But the problem is that 2 of them have drawn each other in the Europa Conference League in the round of 16, which is really annoying. Yeah, Norway are very strongly focused on the rules because they've got those silly rules to do with the foreign players. Hungary, Poland, Ireland, Austria if you want to start further up. Those are usually the ones that I recommend at the moment anyway. But honestly, I would say if you're willing to mess around with the database a little bit, honestly, just pick any nation you like. Pick somewhere fun, change the rules yourself, and just have fun with it. Because after all, that's what the game's about, isn't it? Oh, what did I miss? Sits in front of a treadmill on the chat. Well, if only, yeah. Clates! Ah, right. Chat. I've been waiting a week to say this. 10 grand to Gryffindor. And I'll leave that there. How's it going? How was stream? Clay's had a nice time last week. I'm sure he's told you all about it, but he had quite a nice time. He might be the drunkest I've ever seen someone. And I was not in a good place last Saturday night. He only said he fought so. Oh, he fought him all right. He didn't do super well. I don't know if you guys have seen the video. I'm sure Clates has definitely not showed you the video. Doesn't make him look excellent, I must be honest. Yeah, what shirt? Oh no, Clate's got a TNS shirt. That's the one I do remember. That Clate's got a TNS shirt. What video? You'll have to ask. You have to ask a certain Clate. See if he'll show you. Basically, he had a few bevies, and the Harry Potter quotes just came out. Video of me beating Tom in the face. I must have seen a different version. Oh dear. Drunker than... No. Literally, I was very, very drunk, but I think Clates was drunker than I was. To be sick was my... That was me for 2 days after Breezy. I was hungover till Monday. Gryffindor. I don't know. Well, basically, there was like these tables at the bar that were like drunken delirium in it. Like stand-up tables outside, basically, that we were just at. And I was talking to Jack and Millie, I think it was. And all of a sudden, Clates just appears behind Jack like a ghoul powered solely by beer and just goes, 10 grand to Gryffindor. No hangover, you bastard. I was not well. I woke up the next morning to a message from Ben in Discord that just said, hello, fucking hell, fuck. On 3 different messages. Potmore quizzing. I think I did that once. I think I was a Ravenclaw. That was all it said. And I'm thinking to myself, he's just as wasted as I am this morning. No, it was not great. When we went down for breakfast, we were both sat there. I think this was when, I don't know if this might have been when Breezy saw us, actually. Walking back to the car was an experience. First thing I did when I got back to the car was change out of my jumper and into my Cheltenham Town shirt that I was so kindly gifted. Breezy, what shirt did you get? We were trying to work out what shirts everybody got earlier. Missed the other one. Oh, no. I could barely keep orange juice down. But then I had a brownie and things were okay. It's very good. Oh, not again. Oh, no, I actually wanted to watch this one. Wow. I've actually clicked the correct button for once. So we want overview, speed max, start draw, and wah. Oh, Spal. That's kind of dope. I don't know where my shirt's gone. I've been wanting to wear it for ages and I keep forgetting. So who are we going to get? I'd take Dortmund or Marseille, but we will end up getting Liverpool. Look, why are we an unseeded team? We won the... Is this just yet another UI glitch? Because surely we are the seeded team. I've only just noticed that. I don't usually get that hungover anymore, because usually I drink a lot of water before I go to bed and I'm usually okay. This time I just did not do that because I was so out of it. Nurse a pint of water and chat to a group of people who didn't speak English. Oh, come on. Are you serious? We actually got fucking Liverpool. Are you joking? That's pretty much what I spent 2 hours doing, yeah. Oh, no, I had a great chat with FM Guru. Really nice. Him and Arthur, lovely guys. Well, that's us out then, isn't it? Because we're going to lose to Liverpool. They're the only team that actually regularly beat us in the Champions League. Didn't we beat them already this year? I swear we played them. Yeah, we did. We beat them 4-1 with Blas Durin, but you just know it's different in the knockouts, right? Michael Oliver, he must be in his 70s, right? Although Saz found something kind of interesting related to referees, actually, if I remember correctly. Oh, he'll still appear. He always does. Future does not look bright. No, it's not super awesome. I am concerned. God damn it, man. Has that moved all the stuff around? I think that has actually kept the main things in there. Except it's added a match. Oh, no, it adds it in there. Perfect. Yeah. Okay, it's fine. We'll be fine. I see no issues. We'll wipe the floor with them. We have actually played okay against them more recently, but you just know what it's like in the knockouts. If the game is looking for any reason to hit us with that rep roll, now's the time to happen. We will indeed walk alone very often in this save. Also, youth intake in 7 days. Referee. Well, we either get refereed by Michael Oliver or unknown. What was our youth intake preview? Was it 1 star? I forget. Yeah, poor crop, as per. But what I'm more interested in, actually, is less about the quality, because they're going to be shit regardless. It's, do they have high professionalism? Your chance of winning the Champions. Oh, yeah, I feel like if we win, we've already knocked out the biggest competitor that we have, other than maybe Man United. So, there's that, I suppose. If we do get through them, then we're in. You never know in the knockouts, but unfortunately, we do sometimes know in the knockouts. That's the problem. We seem to come up with some absolute horrendous results. Although, admittedly, the last few years have been very solid. Ever since we moved away from dicking with tactics all the time and just went to something really consistent, we've actually been very good. I think we've been semi-finals or better in the last 3 years. With, I think, 2 Champions League wins in that time as well. So, clearly we've found something now. It's just about keeping it up. We've never managed back-to-back Champions Leagues, though. Not yet. 2 more for Blas. Jesus, he's actually given Bobby a run now. Like an unironic go at being the main man. God, our goal difference this season is actually obscene compared to what it normally is. We've got 3 currently. But, ooh. Hello. Roman Stanisławski. Sorry, Stanisławski. Don't mind a bit of that. That's not bad. Legia, nice. Well, so far, like, if you look at the Champions League, for example, it's been empty. So we won it. Then we lost it, then we won it, then we lost it for 3 years in a row, including 2 Liverpool in the final, and then we won it. So actually, no, we've been in the finals the last 2 years in a row. So we lost that one, won that one. Mike Wazowski, that's the one. Always watching Wazowski, essentially. And Silva's already... Is he the top assister? No, Baumeister's 17. What a signing he's been for us. even if we only flip him for like £40 million, which is still a lot of money, I might just keep him, honestly. He's been that good. And he's not on, I mean, he's on a lot of money, but he's not on as much money as he could have been. That is really the main thing. Last year rematch as well. I think... who were we playing? I'm trying to think who we beat in the final last year. Or was it Liverpool again? Nah, it was Real Madrid last time. That's why I thought we had a chance, because it was Real Madrid. Where's the final this year, actually? Turkey. Oh, I don't know. Hang on. Next question. Where's the Super Cup final? That's what we need to know. These are all the omens we must find. That's this... oh, yeah, we don't know yet, do we? We can't see where the next final's going to be yet. Okay. How are Spurs getting on in Europe? That's usually the other way of knowing, isn't it? What are Spurs up to? So, Champions League knockouts. Shit. Spurs are in the Champions League, chat. This is where we actually get knocked out by Spurs. Actually, I'd quite like to draw Spurs in the next round if at all possible. That would be lovely. We're usually pretty good against a team like Spurs. Oh, Yaman's out injured. That is the last thing we need. That's missing one of the Liverpool games, I'm certain. Maybe even both. Anyone in your first team, maybe? David Esters. They've got an English-Polish dude here. Yes, I threw the Haladash game because that way they would get more reputation, and it worked. They got continental rep because of it. Which I'm glad I did. So that makes me think that actually throwing the cup final to someone occasionally would probably be a good idea, although only to teams when it's safe to do so. I.e., so we don't end up with, like, a second-tier side in the Europa League next year. So if we face against, like, Ferencváros or someone like that, then it's worth just giving it to them. Because our board doesn't seem to care that much anymore. Although maybe I'm just thinking that because we've won the cup so many times in a row recently that there's just been nothing to care about. Oh dear, Bose. Come on. Where's your squad gone? Armstrong Douglas is a very... Rory Pepper as well. Don't mind that. But yeah, there's the occasional moment where the throwing kind of works. I mean, don't tell the bookies, of course. Club World Cup? No, I don't think so. I think we're actually quite... oh no, I think it's this summer. Like, this coming year. I suspect. Anyway, let's have a little gander. Yeah, they're just kind of like, you do you, pal. Club World Cup. So it will be draw. Yeah, so it is this summer, but it won't be scheduled until May. It's weird that, yeah, it doesn't know who... or does it, actually? No, it doesn't know who's in it yet. That's where it used to tell you. Damn. For the moment, we'll save these guys, but I'm excited about that. Dukakis guy actually got an even better rating. So United Atletico. United look pretty strong, particularly with Serkan Urza up front for them now. To the under-19s for sport. Yeah, we've actually got a Hunger Games going on in our youth team these days. So may the odds be ever in your favour. What's the secret? So Spurs Milan. Yeah, it's a lot. It's just because FIFA clearly wanted their own club tournament that people actually gave a shit about. I don't think people will still give a shit about it, but it does make it a little bit more interesting, I guess. Serkan probably has played more games than Tex-Mex already, yeah. Unironically. Right, okay, so Youth Intake is on the 9th. Oh, actually, before that, it's my birthday in game. Kuzvada versus Fiorentina. Right. I think they could... maybe. And then obviously we've got Ferencváros versus Budapest. So we're guaranteed some points, but also we're guaranteed to lose someone. So, don't know how I feel about that either. Right, Cup semi-final. Skip that. Depends who we get, of course. I feel like we haven't played anyone hard the whole time. Because Vada get another 0-0 draw. They did this against... I mean, they've managed to do some stuff away from home. You never know. And Ferencváros with the 2-0 victory. I'm kind of glad it's Ferencváros. I think they're slightly stronger now that they've got these extra signings. Although Budapest did go 6 for 6. How are Newcastle getting on? Wait, what? Am I in the wrong tournament? Oh, sorry, they're at the bottom against Hearts. My bad. So, yeah. Favorite feeder club? We don't really have any feeder clubs. Well, none of our affiliate clubs really do much anyway. Cluj? Oh, go on, Cluj, please. Oh, yes, finally. Jonas Ballan. Or Ballan. I'll have a bit of that. Romania's just not impressed me this year in FM, which is a shame. How's Castillo getting on? Yeah, he's still quite good, isn't he? Right, it's the 8th of March. I might take a break here. I mean, all the clubs you send players to. Oh, I don't know. We don't really have a favourite of them. I mean, Haladash are fun just because they do shit. And that in itself is fun. I don't really have a favourite. Other than not Pushkash, because they're just really ruining this save with their lack of ability to work with a Tycoon. Right, I'm going to have a quick pee break before we do the youth intake. So I've got a whiz quiz for you, but also youth intake predictions, my friends. What are we saying? So I'll be back in a momento. Where's my button?
Oh, this isn't where I park my car.
And of course the answer was Dmitry Folkier. I'm actually surprised so many of you got that one. I'm curious to know what your logic pattern was for that one. But yes, that list of players that Inferno sent me has been extremely important. Right. So, I reckon best player 3 stars, but I'm hoping to see some professionality to these personalities. That's all I want to see. Give me some professionality and I'll be happy. What's a good mustache there on Zoltan? 4.5. Imagine 4.5 stars. 4.5 stars on our team would be outrageous. Half star? No, I reckon we'll get a 3-star potential player. Because it's a 3.5. Well, it's Andras Salai. It's just so mid, isn't it? It's a goalkeeper as well. Balanced personality. Media friendly. Okay. Josef Varga. Fairly professional. Outspoken, but he does have high professionalism. Or at least mid-professionalism, which is good. Hegadush. Unambitious. Good. Media friendly. Solid determination. He's not awful, actually. Gabor Salai, again, another Salai, a realist with outspoken. Okay. David Lazar. It's Bob's brother. Media friendly. Yeah, we've had a lot of Hegadushes, haven't we? There's Balazs Toth. Another balanced. Balanced Balazs. Level-headed. Richard sucks. And boy does he, but he at least has fairly professional and level-headed again. Okay. So they're sort of professional. They're not amazingly professional. There's Donut. We've got Donut Turi. Dick sucks. Most obscure. Oh, I don't know. We had an Albanian Caymanian, and we also had an El Salvadoran South Korean. Spiro Duic, fairly professional. I'm seeing a lot of like professional. The personalities are definitely looking a bit more like what we're looking for. It's just, yeah, there's obviously old Dick sucks here. Is what about Javier Morelos? Driven. with media friendly. I haven't actually seen any of the ones I really want, but I mean, either way, it's still an absolutely god-awful youth intake. And I just don't think any of these... I mean, actually, his reflexes are quite good. Attribute-wise, he's not awful, honestly. And he'll probably end up playing for Hungary one day. But... Actually, he probably won't, will he? I just want one player that's like, oh... Like, we haven't had anyone good that's even vaguely interesting since Zoltan, really. Blaz has got his new contract. Other Hungarian youth intake? Well, we can check them in the sense that they exist, but we wouldn't be able to tell anything from them. Like, we can... Plus, we might not get ours on the same day as theirs. Like, we can't really check them for anything specific because we won't have the information. Because you can do it in here. So, for example... Weirdly, I'm not seeing any of the others yet. Seems like it's a popular day. Not seeing any other Hungarian sides yet. No, there's... Oh, you can actually, yeah. Don't like. That makes it much easier. We're the only ones I've got our youth intake. I was like, yeah, and then he broke his leg, which was great fun. But, yeah, it could happen, I suppose. So we're the only ones that have even got our youth intake so far. I think we did. I don't know. But he wasn't that good. He was like one of those fake 4 stars that immediately, I think, if I recall, went straight back down to 3 stars and actually had no attributes anyway. Yeah, we'll advance today and see if that works too. We've got to go through the match anyway. But there was that guy that definitely looked a lot better in our youth intake after a while. But I think he got tore his cruciate ligament or something like that. It was either a broken leg. No, I think it was a cruciate ligament because it was like 9 months out. Is it even possible in FM to break your upper, like your thigh, like your femur? Or is that just not an injury that's even possible in FM? Wow, 6-0 and Blaz grabs another 4 goals. He is genuinely killing it at the moment. Oh, Christ. Please don't be too serious. Thank God for that. Right, we'll let it go to the next day. And then wow, we're playing Spartacus in the semi-final. Along with... okay, so if we were to play Ferencváros in the final, I'd throw it to them, potentially. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a broken femur in FM. I wonder if it's actually there. I want to have a little look into the injury databases a little bit, because I want to try and do a video where every injury is times by 10, so they're all out for 10 times longer. Because I just think it would be absolute chaos doing a Premier League season like that. And I've still had that injury-prone Chelsea database saved far for a while as well. Oh, they celebrated the new contract with a good result there. How close are we to the Liverpool? Oh, yeah, we'll get the first Liverpool game in. Nice. We'll decimate. Yeah, exactly. No, actually, they were 10 times longer. Instead of out for 9 months, you're out for 90. Yeah, 6-month injury is 5 years. 7 years out. It'd be great. We get better TV deal. I just don't know. Like, our TV deal is still dog shit. We get like 2 million a year. Out for 70 days. That'd be great. It's a real bad... Yeah. Oh, if you want to see if other teams have got a tycoon, you go into landmarks, then filter it by finances, and it will show you if any tycoons take over. So, for example, Pushkas here. 2034 got a tycoon takeover. They've done a sod all with it, but it is there. That's how you see it. Oh. Yeah, perfect timing, actually. We'll get the Liverpool game in, and it'll all be good. Youth candidates evaluated. Well, yeah. Although, he actually wanted to sign up more than usual this year. So, that's something, I guess. I was supposed to just sign them all up. I think I've looked at this guy before. And Razvan Vlad, I definitely have. I'm more interested in their under-19 squad. Your jet ski injuries would basically just be instant retirements. Actually, I suppose they wouldn't. It'd only be 7 years out. Throw the league? Absolutely not. You can't throw the league. Because if we throw the league, we could potentially get sacked. And also, throwing the league wouldn't have any effect. Because yeah, it just doesn't really mean a lot. Because it's only the 6th best league in Europe according to the game, whereas the cup is the best cup in the world, or in Europe anyway, so that actually means weirdly more. So there's no point in us throwing the league. And we could potentially get sacked. I just wouldn't want to risk it. God, Gilmore are having a really underratedly good season there, and Uipesh are not. And, oh, speaking of injuries, hey, look, it's Edu Fuba. One of our young stars who's now going to be out for 3 months. See, this is the thing. That would have been 30 months. Bro would have been out for 2.5 years. Lone Farm is probably about 105. Fucking hell. It's like 100 and... Wait. Are we up to 151 again in the Lone Farm? Damn, the Lone Farm's been going up again. Not bad. We're almost 10 years out. Yeah, I've seen over a year injuries before. Rarely, but they do exist. Where did you check? Should a coaching badge finish? I don't think so. No. All right, let's have a look at the Youth and Tech thing again before we get into the Liverpool game. Oh, we were testing a thing out with Sem to see if putting him in the second team would encourage any team to put bids in on him for loans. Ah, yeah, so Ferenc Bauer have got one and Debretson have got one, but nothing yet. They came to the next day. One day after each other, in fact.
Thanks for an okay stream. Enjoy the race.
Thank you, New York Patriots. That's very, very kind of you, friend. Okay. Right. Yeah, I probably should move Sem back up now, actually, because we're not in the window anymore. There's really no reason to have him in there. Plus, I'm worried he might get upset. He didn't actually get upset when I moved him down, to be fair, but we don't want him training in that team because there's basically no one in it. And it's not like we've got the highest quality of staff members for our second side. Given that that's where we moved a lot of the meme people. I feel sorry for Daisy Brick. She never knew what hit her. Because they hit like a brick. Sepsi. I think they've got like a major European... Yeah, they've definitely got Roma as the daddy club. Just get rid of that for the moment. Actually, what I'll do, that way for next stream I remember, we'll send them to Gonzalo for 2 weeks. That way, when we get those reports back again, the time for next stream, we'll actually have reports we can properly look at. And it's away at Liverpool first. So this means Fortress. I feel like we have to go Fortress away from home against Liverpool because you just can't risk it. Trying to go all out here and end up losing like by way too much. Voluntari. I have a horrible feeling that we're going to lose like 3-0 or something off of where it's like a dead even game, but we'll lose 3-0. But positive vibes. That's the train we've been on lately. So let's continue on that train and see who's going to play. So Ingram and Nunez. With Duran out wide, I would rather play Duran in the middle along with Ingram, honestly. And then we can play Baumeister out wide as a nice front three with these two in the middle, sadly, because Yamin's injured. Oh, God. Sogos is injured too, isn't he? Shit. No, I'll do Dala there, Montiel there, Romero there. Romero's good enough. Okay. I think that's literally all we've got, isn't it? Because the other players are all unavailable. At least the bench is a bit bigger than last time. We were down to like a 5-man bench at one point. So, the aim is as always against Liverpool. Strangle the first leg, get them in the second leg. Maybe. But I'm worried. I'm curious to see, though, how Blaz does playing deeper. Also, where's Bobby Tree? Oh, yeah, Bobby Tree on the bench as well. So I probably should have actually played Bobby instead, just for the experience. But Blaz has played so well lately that he almost kind of has earned it. Nick Jonas' Passage did nearly make the bench at one point. I can't remember when it was. Might have been a cup match. So in the drizzle at Anfield, refereed by unknown. Let's go. Just no silly bollocks today, please. Just one day without any silly bollocks against Liverpool. That's all I ask. I'd love a nice, boring 0-0 where we can take them back to Hungary and have our way with them if we could. But if we're going to lose this, just let it be because they score a good goal. Right, Duran dropping it. What a pass. Singram's in. The defender's left him. Singram's all the way through. He's already scored. Liverpool 0, MTK Budapest 1, and it's his 22nd goal of the season for Singram. That pass from Duran was superb, but I have to ask, what on earth is the other centre-back doing for Liverpool here? Look at that pass. Wait, watch him. Why does he slow down so much? He could have easily got across there. And now we're already in the perfect system to handle this now, because we can just play on the counter-attack for the rest of the match. Popping up for Ingram. I can't believe Ingram scored 22 goals this season. he's actually got better year upon year. Although Liverpool already flying bodies forward now, so... But every time we win the ball in these sort of positions, if we do, it's such a great opportunity for us. Oh, God. That's offside. He's offside. Is Megal playing? Bobby's on the bench. Stream on a Sunday. This madness is the same schedule I've been running for the last 9 months. Oh, that looked onside to me, actually. Oh, no, he is offside. Fair play. We take that. But we've got to be careful, because those types of crosses could be dangerous. Oh, hang on. Baumeister pops it in. Oh, my God, it's 2. Liverpool 0, MTK 2. Monty grabs his goal now, and that's, I think, Baumeister's 18th assist of the season. He's also, I think, wearing the cap on us, Monty. Oh, come on. Let's go. Miggy with a huge header. And this is why I love the Fortress, because now we can just keep hitting them on the break over and over again as they throw more and more bodies forward. We'll just be able to keep firing people forward on those wonderful counterattacks. Oh. Well, there's 2 players on one there. There you go. Well done, Blaz. Patrice with a huge clearance. Oh, God. Second phase. Here comes the goal. Oh, he's missed it. Shit, that just felt like a guaranteed goal. If anything, we're mugging them off today. Like, 2-0 is quite harsh on Liverpool from the first half. If we get at half-time at 2-0, that's a very strong lead. I mean, even a 2-2 draw to take back to Hungary would probably be a good result. But currently, everyone's doing their bit. I might get Bobby on for Brandon in the second half at some point. Or Carpenu, perhaps, because he's done some great stuff in Europe for us this season too. And they've had their first shot on target, and it wasn't a goal as well. Well, we're going to be stopping after this game anyway, Rory, because I want to watch the F1 as well. But I want to make sure we got through this first. We had something to tease us into the next stream. All right, so that's going to be... Dahler is dead, isn't he? All right, we'll go with Teixeira. Unaffected by knock. Kenny is just impervious. Oh, Mihai's back. I don't think I trust him to play just yet. Then we'll get Bobby on out wide. But this does fit. Oh, that wasn't an actual highlight. Okay. Cheers, FM. This has been a pretty bad game as well. But at the moment, with 20 minutes to go, we are in good shape. But what I'd give for a third goal. Has no fun? What do you mean? I can't force things to happen in the match. What do you mean? Like, I can't make highlights happen, my friend. If I had that kind of power, we'd be playing FIFA. Oh, God. Oh, nice. Oh, no. Come on, buddy. You've got to track back here. Come on, Kenny. This is where we need you. Although Cooney is quite quick, if I remember. Didn't have the best time in that Champions League final a little while ago, but... Come on, Kenny. Stay with him. Yes! Well done, Kenny. Really good work. Although there's nobody forward now, unfortunately. Make a goal! I know! How rude of me. Oh, God. Oh, dear. That's onside, surely. It's actually bloody not. That's offside as well. Oh. Okay, we've got away with a couple today, I must say. That was really bad defending from us, but that is offside as well. Okay. I did wonder why the players just randomly stopped. Oh, that is narrow. To the point where I'd argue that maybe he isn't even onside. Sorry, he isn't even offside. But then we had that one earlier this season ruled out for the same kind of crap, so... 10 minutes to go. So far, we've really limited Liverpool to very little in this match, other than a couple of offside chances. And that is a superb win at Anfield. 2-0 at Anfield. Ingram and Montiel with the goals. And now we can take them back home with a 2-goal lead. We can... It can still go wrong from here, but we really did make the most of those middle sectors of the half. Great work. Okay, that's good. I don't control the match engine. Contrary to what you might believe, I do not control the match engine. Maybe we don't even get rep-robbed by Liverpool. Like, to be honest, that was just a good game. Not a lot really happened in it, honestly. But there wasn't anything nonsense happening. We just scored a good goal, got a corner. That's why I think it was a little bit harsh on Liverpool to maybe lose this 2-0. It was quite a tight one. Hey, Hazy. Under units in training from my move, putting them in the right group for what they prove as a marked effect on positional role training. Interesting. Okay. Do they have a new stadium? Not as far as I know. What, Liverpool? I don't think so. No, it's Anfield. Baumeister's... He stubbed his toe. Hang on. He was pushing on through the stubbed toe, but now he's going to be out for like a week. What did he stub it on? Was there like an upturned plug on the pitch or something? Christ. But that's good for us. Is there any ECL this week? Yes, there is. Okay, we'll do that as well. We'll get the answers to our questions, and then we can sign off properly, because we've got to find out who's going to be where. I mean, not that we're guaranteed to be going through or anything, but we're pretty close to it now, I'd say. Right, so Kishvarda needed a good result here against Fiorentina, and obviously that could happen whatever. Although I would quite like it to be Ferencváros just because... Oh, God. How are you coming on with your anchor training? It's going to be a while yet, I suspect. But with him and Gastal, the other guy, it could be okay. Igman. I remember these guys. And they randomly rocked up in the Conference League that time. Okay. Oh my God, they've done it again. How do they do this? They did this exact same thing last year where they'd be crap at home and then they'd win in the away game in horrendous opportunities. And Christopher Iwono gives them the win, and they're now in the quarterfinals of the Europa. For the second year in a row, they've reached the quarterfinals of the Europa. Come on, Kishvarda. Did they mug them off? Yup. Yes, they fucking did. Yes, they did. That is, And there you go. Husseini sent off for Újpest. Ferencváros through to the next round with a draw, but not that it matters. The points are split anyway, so it's guaranteed. And that puts us to 15.3 on the year, which is still 6th best. Because reasons. Also, Denmark. Hi, what's going on with you lot? 13.9 for Denmark on the year. But we're still... 15.3 is still good. We're still miles clear of the people behind us, but Spain have absolutely done us this year. Unless we keep going. You know, obviously as they lose teams, they'll gain less points. We've still got teams in Europe. We've still got 3 teams left. Yeah, Midtjylland were doing bits, weren't they? Dope. That's sick. That's put us in such a good spot. We're looking likely to go through. Touch wood. Obviously, things could go wrong. We could actually still have it. We could have another year of 3 finals, potentially. It's still on the cards at the quarterfinal stage, which is actually sick. Well, potentially. We're not in the quarterfinals yet, but Kishvarda are and Ferencváros are. And I think Ferencváros have got a great shot at getting to another final. Kishvarda, maybe not. They're not quite at that level. I think the moment they face one of the really good sides, they'll be done. But yeah, I think FC Copenhagen did quite well in the Champions League. I'll take it, Oni. I'll take it. Right. Okay. They won't have a draw for like another week or so, potentially. It probably won't be until after we've done our next match. So that's the reason I didn't bother showing it, because we wouldn't be able to get to it in time. So... Kishvarda, I think Kishvarda did 1 Conference League final, which obviously they lost because it's a Conference League final. But they have, in fact... Oh, we could raid Mad. Had the pleasure of meeting Mad last weekend. A lovely chat with a wonderfully lilting accent. So we'll do that. So... thank you for joining me today. Thank you for that absolute madness at the start of stream. I have still can't believe that's the thing that's happened today to me. That doesn't happen to streamers like me. That happens to people with 10k viewers. What's that about? But I'm still extremely grateful. Thank you very much. And yeah, I hope you had a good time today. I'll see you guys on Tuesday when we will be back with, well, hopefully getting ourselves 3 sides in another final again. Back-to-back years of that would be dope, and might actually give us a chance at catching up with some of these other teams. You never know. That seems to be where we do the most of our best work. So yeah, Ireland video out on Tuesday as well. It's going to be a lovely old time. So I'll see you guys soon. Hold your gun, Capybara, enjoy the F1, and say hi to Mad FM because I'll be doing the same thing too. Hold your gun, Capybara, bye-bye.